What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday night Q&A Hangout. We've got Harrington Harrison back in the building. I was like, Harrington?
How many times I got to be here for you to recognize my name?
Carrington Harrington. Carrington Harrison.
Yeah, that is my name, Carrington Harrison.
What's up, dude?
I want to point out that you probably have heard CPT and you have a different connotation. It's cold people time to me. I was here on time, ready to appear, ready to pod, ready to stream. I've been focused. Cole's why we're late. He's why we're late. I want him to take responsibility.
Oh, yeah,
accountability.
Yeah,
you know what the Patriots used to preach? Do your job. That's what they used to preach.
I take accountability for the refs. I take accountability for being late, for butchering your name. It's been a rough day today. That's how you know it's only Tuesday, and it's been a very long football season. But hey, thanks so much for joining us again. We will get to super chats, memberships, all that stuff kind of as we go. We're gonna process through the Super Bowl, talk Chiefs, talk Eagles. And just kind of, we'll see where everything takes us, but heck yeah.
I'm looking right now at the text line or the comment. I don't know. I so used to calling it the text line.
That works too.
This sounds like this is a common occurrence for you. People are saying Cole's always late.
Yeah,
You're never on time, brother?
I'm normally like 5 minutes late.
Oh my goodness.
On a radio show, you could probably never be late.
It's actually a big penalty.
Yeah,
if you're late. Yeah.
See, if I'm late, they just yell at me, which is fine. I need to get yelled at, but it's not a penalty. I'm not going to get fined.
Oh, yeah. No, you don't get fined for it. It's like a ratings thing. Nobody cares that much. But we actually do have a saying on the show that 2 o'clock is never late. You can do whatever you want. 2 o'clock is going to happen, and you better be prepared for the show. Or if you don't have everything figured out, by 2 o'clock, you need to have it figured out. Where like you can end your stream whenever you want. Your stream can be 45 minutes, it can be 4 hours long.
Yeah.
That ain't how my job works. I gotta sit in that room from 2 to 6. So I better have some solutions. I better have them.
Yeah, I'm notoriously late, but we're here now, and it's Super Bowl week. I don't know what you talked about on your show. I was not able to tune in today, but I mean, I feel like there's plenty to talk about. I don't know if you watch Super Bowl Media Night.
Somebody call me Charrington.
Yeah, we got Charrington here. We got Charrison Butker. He's got the new chair. Like, look at the new chair. It's upgraded.
It is good.
He's got the nice chair. I got him Sprite. We have Blue Moon Belgian white.
Yeah, we do have Blue Moon today.
Wheat ales. I don't know. Danny got it from.
I don't know
somewhere.
if we're allowed to say that this is sponsored by Blue Moon. They're not paying us, but it is delicious. I don't know what to tell you. I can tell you what we talked about today. We can go through some of the topics from today's show. So this was the lead of the show. Now, I did not watch Super Bowl Media Day.
Okay.
Watching players get interviewed, I'm okay. I'll watch college basketball instead of doing that.
Might have caught the highlights.
Yeah, I saw what I needed to see.
Yeah.
We led with 3 things.
Okay.
I think it is pretty clear that Travis Kelce is not retiring. Like
Doesn't seem like it.
I'm just not sure how you can pick up on that vibe that he is going to retire. Last time I was here, we talked about the contract incentive. So I looked it up today just to get more clarity. Travis Kelce will be paid $11.5 million on March 14th if he is on the team. If Travis Kelce is on the team in 6 weeks, he gets $11.5 million. I just don't really see him walking away from that. He then gets an extra $1 million if he is at training camp, which why would he not
How
be
much?
$1 million for reporting to training camp. So that's the $12.5 million he is owed before the season. Then he has a $5.7 million in terms of game checks. So 17 divided by $5.7 million. And then after this year, they run out of all the guaranteed money. So the conversation about Travis Kelce is not now. You're still under contract. It's you don't have a contract for next season. Are you planning on signing another one? So I think pretty clearly based on what we saw at Media Day, I just don't think he's retiring. I didn't get the tone of someone who was retiring. That's number one. I know why it comes up with Andy because he's 66 years old. I get it. I've made this point on the show. Andy Reid has been coaching since 1982. 1982 in some capacity, working your way up. I don't think you get to the absolute height of your profession and you're healthy. Now, maybe he's not healthy, maybe some family issues. I don't know what's going on in his personal life. But I don't think you get to this point when you're winning and now you're just like,
oh yeah,
I'm good. No, now's the time to rack it up. Think about it like this, because I don't think we ever say it like this. The salary cap has been around since 92. He is the second most successful coach during the salary cap era. Think about that. Crazy, though. He is the second most successful coach. Trades, free agency, franchise tag. He is the second most successful coach. And you've also got work to where you like all the people that you work with. You love your owner. You love Mark Donovan, the business side. You got a great relationship with your general manager. You love your quarterback. And you have player control without having all of the player control. You got the best setup you've ever had in your work career. You don't walk away at that point. So that was so Kelce, Reid, and I know Chiefs fans maybe don't want to, I guess, acknowledge this part about the conversation. The officiating thing is also not going away. It was just
only getting worse.
It is a theme of
worse.
the weekend.
Yeah.
Ever since the Will Anderson hit, it has been the number one story in the National Football League. The commissioner of the NFL spoke about it. The head of officiating issued a statement. You know how big of a controversy something has to be for the head of officiating to basically come out and say, hey guys, we promise you it's not rigged. That's basically what his statement. If you pull his statement up, we can show it to you guys. He can read it. The head of officiating basically had to release a we promise you it's not rigged announcement today. The officiating is just, it is a major, major story to this game. A major story.
Yeah, so I guess to tail all three things that you said.
Yeah, I think I retweeted it. So if you want to go to my account,
I can find you.
Yeah, I retweeted
it. So Travis Kelce basically said he wants to play. Hopefully in a few years he's still playing. Obviously we don't know about that, but couple things from Clark Hunt's presser. He basically guaranteed Andy Reid was returning next year. Mm-hmm. He's like, he basically said, I promise you in blood, not in blood, but I promise you that Andy Reid's returning. He then said, obviously we'll give Kelce time to make a decision. It doesn't seem like he's going to retire, and we're hopeful to have him back. Yeah. And if you look at how Kelce's been playing, like, he's fine. I mean, he's not who he was. Yeah. He had like 800 yards on the season, or 750, 800 yards. He sat week 18, had 100-plus yards in a playoff game. I still think he's fine. We'll see how he does against the Eagles defense. They play a lot of zone. I do think he'll make some hopefully we need him to, some noise in the Super Bowl, but I don't see Travis going anywhere. Andy's health, as long as he's healthy, you made it to the summit. You're in the midst of a dynasty. Why are you going to hang that up? Some people say, well, don't be like some of these other players. They stay too long, or they coach too long, and they don't end on the top of the mountaintop. They find themselves in a valley before they actually hang it up. But I'm like, you still got Mahomes, Kelce, probably one more year. Chris Jones, like I don't know why you wouldn't go again, regardless of win or loss.
I think that people analyze, discuss, whatever it is. I think people are too fixated on you having the perfect ending. Let's take there's a lot of NBA examples. Let's take Kobe Bryant. The last year for the Lakers was a disaster. The last year for the Lakers was all of the Nick Young Snapchat stuff. No one remembers that. People remember the last game for Kobe. They don't remember really anything else from that season. People don't remember that Allen Iverson ended his career playing for the Memphis Grizzlies. People remember AI playing for the Sixers and the crossover and the braids and all that kind of stuff. Michael Jordan, we watched a 10-hour documentary on Michael Jordan. They don't mention the fact that he kept playing again after that season. So I don't think that people are concerned as much about you ending on top, because people won't talk about that. Like in this hypothetical, Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year. Kelce comes back for next year. He has 750 yards. He gets hurt. He only plays in 10 games. That's the end of it. No one will ever talk about Travis Kelce's last season. You know what I mean? He's the greatest tight end in the history of the league. He was a part of the three-peat. He's going in the first ballot Hall of Famer. So I don't think it's necessarily super important for athletes to go off on top, because history kind of freezes athletes in time at their absolute greatest moment.
Well, and win or loss, but I mean, let's say you win. Let's say you win on Sunday. I do have the Chiefs winning, but let's say you win. Why wouldn't, based on what he's going to make next year anyway, $12 million, $12.5 million, whatever you just said, plus the maybe it's 11.5 and then $1 million for training camp.
Mm.
Maybe even a little bit more than that with incentives. I don't know, but it's at least that.
Mm.
Why not do that? Make that much money. Your body's still got something left and you try to chase a 4-peat. Maybe you don't. I mean, even if you lose, who cares? You're in the midst of a dynasty anyway.
Yeah.
Play again.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Do it again.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's coming back. I feel very, very strongly that Travis Kelce will play next year for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think he should play for the Chiefs next year. I think it makes all the sense.
Somebody said we should be flipped. Am I looking this way? Oh, we're looking away from each other?
Yeah, if you
I'm an idiot.
I'm whatever you want to do.
Bro, I'm an idiot.
This is your stream. I'm just sitting here.
No. Oh, this is what we got to do. Hey, thank you. So now.
Okay.
Oh, that's way better. Bro, we were looking like this.
Oh, that's fair.
Somebody said you need to be flipped.
If
Hey,
you
my
like
bad.
it, yeah, that's fine with me.
You can tell how much I have a guest in the studio. This is like guest studio episode number 3. We're doing better. We got the camera. We got the better mics. I got the keyboard over here. We're still learning. Let me catch up through this real quick. Donna Davis, thank you for the membership. Chaos with a 10. So can you believe that even if we lose, we've already made history? I still hope we win. Can you believe that even if we lose, okay, you said that twice. But yeah, I mean, no team chasing a 3-peat's ever made it to a Super Bowl. So it's already history. I don't know if we're looking for moral victories in that sense of like, at least if the Chiefs lose, I'll still be like grateful that they made it again. Mm-hmm. But I want to see the 3-peat locked up.
No, for sure. I'm definitely with that. I guess I want to make this point, and I'm sure it'll come up again. This is why I'm picking the Chiefs to win. I guess there's 2 major reasons why I'm picking them to win. Number 1 is it doesn't seem logical to me that if a team has won 23 of their last 24 games, I would now pick them to lose.
Right.
Like, the Chiefs have to start losing games for me to, like, pick against them. Now, I mean, I guess I did pick against them one time this year. I picked against them against the first Buffalo game, and I ended up being right, but whatever. So yeah, that's one of it. It doesn't make sense to me logically to be on the other side. The other point is, I haven't seen, and we could probably look it up and think of games.
Sure.
If the Chiefs are healthy, you don't beat them. If the Chiefs were missing, if you were telling me that Trent McDuffie was dealing with elbow and you weren't sure if he was going to play, okay, we have a different conversation. If you were telling me that Chris Jones was battling with something and he was going to be at 50%, okay, we could have a different conversation. You're telling me going into the most important game of the season, everybody's a full participant?
Everybody.
They just haven't lost those kind of games very often. And it seems you could make the argument that Philadelphia has the better roster. Like if we pull it up and we're doing just a strict tail of the tape. But I feel like that was the thing last year that people argued. Hey, this team in San Francisco was good. The game went to overtime. It was a great game. The Chiefs just figure it out just way too many times where, at least for me, that is the deciding factor in this game. I do think it's even. I got a lot of respect for Philadelphia. We just haven't seen many teams beat Kansas City when they're operating at full strength. And this is where I think the rest that they got at the end of the season is, man, the Chiefs have played, we could probably look it up. They've played 2 games in a month. So we're talking about you're fresh as you can be. Like, you can't be much more fresh at the end of the season. Think about it. The Chiefs have played 2 games between Christmas and the Super Bowl, right? They played 2 games. You know how long ago Christmas was? Think about how long ago Christmas was. They played 2 games since then. Yeah, man, I just haven't seen many people beat him in that scenario. That's why I'm picking him.
Yeah, everybody's back. The only thing, like, Sky Moore's doubtful, dude. So I don't know. He's not coming back. Did you see the reporter talk about Sky Moore?
I heard about it. I didn't click on it.
She said he's going to be one to keep an eye on because he did score a touchdown against the Eagles last time in the Super Bowl.
What affiliation was she with? I didn't even see.
Dude, I don't even know. I was like, come on, lady. No Eagles players, no disrespect to Sky Moore, but no Eagles players saw Sky Moore potentially coming back from IR. And she said they need to game plan for him just in case. Like, I was like, nah. But other than that,
I mean, I know this happened, but I don't believe it. It doesn't even make sense to me.
So Sky's not coming back. He's doubtful. But everybody else, yeah, Watson, Minihue, Chris Jones, everybody. And then the Eagles, like, we need to see their injury report this week. We talked about it last week a little bit, but Cam Jurgens, Landon Dickerson.
Yeah.
They're going to play. They're probably not going to be 100%, but they'll be close. It hurts with the knee. I'm not super worried about it. But Zach Bond, their linebacker, popped up with a groin injury late last week. D&P on Friday. Maybe it was precautionary.
Yeah, it could have
been. But dude, that guy's first team All-Pro.
Yeah, he's good.
Leads the team in tackles, 14 QB pressures. So I'm just saying all that to say the Eagles they went through 3 games, kind of banged up. Chiefs are healthy. Coming off of a bye week. We know how Andy Reid is off a bye week. I don't know how much some of these stats matter, but like number 1 passing defense is what the Eagles have. Mahomes is 3-0 against them. I don't know if this probably doesn't matter either, but Mahomes is 12-0 in domes. They're playing in a dome.
I also would argue that there's not many good teams that currently play in a dome. I guess, in Minnesota, but you know what I mean? Like, there also just aren't many teams that are very good in domes.
Well, that's why I'm like, I see that stat and I'm like, I don't know if that actually matters. But then there's the stat of like quarterbacks or coaches who have played each other in a Super Bowl and met in a rematch.
Oh, yeah.
They've all won it.
I saw that.
Maybe none of it matters, but it's just like there is some things that is working in the Chiefs' favor, plus their health. And I agree with you.
The health to me is at least the biggest point. I think if you are arguing Philadelphia will win this game, I think the point is simple. They have the better run game. They have the better offensive line. I think you can argue they have the better defensive line, but it might end up being a push. Or you would either you rather have Philadelphia's defensive line going up against Kansas City's offensive line than the other way around. Chiefs D-line against the Philly is where you would have the advantage, where if you were telling me that either quarterback gets sacked 4 times, it's probably more likely Mahomes gets sacked 4 times than Jalen Hurts gets sacked 4 times, even though I don't think either quarterback's going to get sacked 4 times. I think that's the formula for Philadelphia. And I think it's a really simple – there's a bunch of different ways that Kansas City wins. There's really only 2 ways I think Philadelphia wins.
Saquon
and turnovers.
Okay.
Like Saquon and turnovers. Just these 2 teams are even. What would cause them to not be even? Philadelphia's +2 in the turnover differential. That's how you beat Kansas City. But yeah, like I guess I don't want on this stream to come off like I don't think Philadelphia is a good team.
Oh, they're good.
We talked about it last week. Philadelphia has only really been outplayed 1 time this season. Now, I know they lost 3 games, but the Atlanta game, it literally is a drop pass to Saquon Barkley that if he catches the ball, it ends the game. They win the game if you change 1 outcome.
Yep.
The same thing happened against Washington. They also lost their starting quarterback, and then they got outplayed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but that's basically it. So Philadelphia has been one of the 5 best teams in the National Football League since the word go, and I think you knew if you were a Chiefs fan, if we make it back to the Super Bowl, there's 2 teams that we were going to play. You're either going to play the Lions or the Eagles. That was it.
Yep.
I mean, maybe there was a time people thought Minnesota was going to make it, but that, you know what I mean? Like I felt like once we got past the final game of the way, once we got to the playoffs, I was like, yeah, that team ain't winning. That team ain't going to the Super Bowl.
I had a couple tank 7s, like week 16, 15, whenever the Vikings played the Packers and beat them.
Mm-hmm.
They were on a heater, hadn't lost in like 9 games. I was like, dude, it might actually be the Chiefs and the Vikings in the Super Bowl. Then Sam Darnold had 2 horrible weeks in a row.
Yeah, then you were
and got bounced, and I was like, okay, I'm an idiot. But before that,
you woke up at that point.
Week 10 or so, I said it's either Lions or the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and they're either probably facing the Bills or the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, there were only 5 teams that could make the Super Bowl this year. There were 5 teams. There were 3 teams in the AFC, and there were 2 in the NFC. That was it. Like, I think we knew that probably at week 8. I think we knew the 5 teams, and we got the best team in the AFC and the second best team. Maybe you thought they were the best team this year, whatever. You ended up getting that team. I do want to ask you this.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this a lot today on the show. If you had to rank coach quarterback combination, where would you put Philadelphia? So if number 1 is Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
Reid and Mahomes is the top coach quarterback combination in the league. And then you kept going down the list. Where would you put Philadelphia? Because this is an interesting exercise to me, because I'm guessing you're going to put some groups over Sirianni and Hurts that haven't accomplished nearly what they've accomplished. Philadelphia has won 70% of their regular season games the last 2 years. 70% of their regular season games. They have won double-digit games in their last 3 seasons, and they won 14 games in 2 of their last 3 seasons.
I mean, one name that came to mind immediately, but they beat him, is McVay and Stafford, and they beat him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm over here like, well, and I don't.
So I asked my boss this question. He had him at 11th. He had them as the 11th best. I got to find the segment or whatever. We could end up doing that. That's just crazy to me.
Wow.
Given, again, the success that they've had. Where if we look this up right now, like if I, you know what? Is there a way for me to pull it up without you seeing something real quick? Can I pull up something on the computer? Not like on Wikipedia, not like a video or nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want to get your stream.
I mean, you could use this. And
okay, cool.
While you do that, I'm going to answer a couple comments in chat.
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a coach.
Okay.
I'm going to show you the coach.
Yeah, you pull that up. Marcus with the 2 said, I'm at work, can't chat much. Good to see y'all. Good to see you, Marcus. FLDB with the 28 months. 28 months and not a minute late. Hey, man, I'm glad you're not late. I'm sorry. I was late. Kinda. But when you got a guest, it's not his fault. But I want to make sure all the angles are good, the audio's good, everything was chilling. We want to promote his podcast, so we set up a couple things. Pac West with the 20. I'll be at the game. Wish all the HBTC viewers could join me. Go Chiefs. At the game. You're going to be at the Super Bowl. That's freaking awesome, dude. That is awesome. You don't get to the Super Bowl without a top 10 current combo. Yeah, I'm just trying to think like, here's my thing, and I don't know where you're going to go with this.
You ready? I'll show you. You ready to do it?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Are we sharing the screen so we can see it?
Yeah, do it. Yeah, pull it up on the screen.
Okay.
Pull it up on the screen. I want to show you guys this.
Okay.
I just want to show you this to show you how much perception matters in the league. That's what the purpose of this is. I'm going to show you perception. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Can they see this?
Yes, they can right now. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm not looking.
All right. Here, no, I'll even show you. This is Nick Sirianni. Look at Nick Sirianni, 48-20. They won 70% of their games. They're 5-3 in the postseason. They've made it all 4 years he's been there. They've been to the Super Bowl twice, and we'll see if they win a Super Bowl, right? So they could win, they could not, whatever. We'll see what happens, right? This is Mike Tomlin's first 5 years. This is when all the winning happens with Tomlin. Look. There's not any difference in these two. Look. Show me the difference. That's Tomlin, or this is Sirianni. This is Sirianni's first 4 years. This is Mike Tomlin. People think Mike Tomlin's a top 5 coach in the league. Mike Tomlin's had that job since 2007. He had this before Obama was in office. He's still in office. That's all I'm not here to defend Nick Sirianni.
Sure.
I probably feel the same way that you guys feel about Sirianni. You would have never guessed that if Nick Sirianni wins, he will have a better start to his career than Mike Tomlin. You would not have gotten that vibe based on how people talk about him. You would not have guessed it.
No.
You would not have guessed it.
Yeah, and I don't know where I would have him like in the league as far as when you think of QB coach combo. I think I struggled because I know Sirianni is more of like, he's like the manager. Mm-hmm. He's not the OC, he's not the DC, kind of like Harbaugh, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. So that's where I kind of struggled. That's why I went like McVay. Maybe it'll be, I'm just trying to think of another offensive-minded head coach. I mean, Kevin O'Connell is, but they're on a QB carousel. Maybe that's JJ. But yeah, you're right. Just from from what they've accomplished.
Just looking at it.
Yeah, just what they've accomplished. 2 Super Bowls in 3 years.
And obviously, the difference is Tomlin won one. We'll see if Nick Sirianni gets his other one. It's just there is a perception about Nick Sirianni where if you ask people, hey, where would you rank Nick Sirianni? I don't know if many people put them in the top 10. But you feel like it's just when you look at what they've actually done and what their accomplishments are, we should feel a lot differently about Nick Sirianni than we do. And
that's with turnover at OC and DC. Is that both seasons since Super Bowl 57?
Yeah, like you can't even really argue that Sirianni is only here because of Saquon Barkley. They didn't have Saquon Barkley the first time they got to the Super Bowl, and they went to a Miles Sanders as their running back.
I mean, somebody said because he's an asshat. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Sirianni as a person. I think he's doing better this year. He's not yelling at fans as much, being an idiot. He's still a good coach. You can kind of dislike the individual. And
I don't like him. Like I get everything people feel about Sirianni. I also feel about Sirianni.
But that's why I think it's funny when people say, "Well, I mean, Mahomes hates all-time high," but they're like, "I hate Mahomes." And then they do all they can to discredit him. It's like, well, you can separate, like, you can not like him because he beats your team. He bounces Buffalo for a living in the playoffs. Like, you can, as a Bills fan, like, not like him. But to do whatever you can to discredit what he's accomplishing, like, it's hard to discredit somebody, like, okay, I don't like Jamar Chase. Like, as a person, like, I feel like he's a little abrasive, doesn't like the Chiefs. But what he's doing on the field, Triple Crown, leads the league in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. I respect that. He's a hell of a player, one of the best in the NFL. So I feel like it's healthy, if possible, to separate that a little bit. So yeah, not a big Nick Sirianni fan, just with him as a person, but what he's doing on the field. Yeah, I mean, they're in the Super Bowl again. And two years later.
Yeah, no, Sirianni, he's done a really, really incredible job.
Yeah,
he's done a really incredible job.
So I mean that, and I was actually going to say this. We could talk about it now. And guys, we'll get to your super chats. We'll get to your memberships. We're a little behind. This is just how it goes when we're doing a Q&A, because we're going to have the conversation. We're going to have the conversation.
We got a lot of time.
Yeah, we got time. I was going to say also, when I look at this Eagles team, like Kellen Moore is a good OC. Vic Fangio, like Mahomes, yeah, he's 8-0 against him, but I don't know if you saw the stat. 2 of Mahomes' worst games of his career, 131 starts. He's had 9 negative EPA games. 2 of those 9.
Denver always defended Mahomes fairly well.
2 of those 9 were against Fangio-led defenses.
Yeah.
Now, I was with the Broncos.
Yeah, no, Denver did for the most part, usually did a pretty decent job against Mahomes.
So I say all that to say, like, they got a good coaching staff. They're obviously here for a reason. But if I had to put money in a down-to-the-wire situation in the Super Bowl, I'm going to put money on Spags and Andy Reid in that coaching staff over the Eagles. Now, obviously, the players have to execute, and the Eagles can rise to the occasion and get the W. But if I had to put money down on one of these 2 coaching staffs,
oh yeah, the Chiefs. Yeah,
I'm going with Spags, 4-time Super Bowl champion with more than one team, and then Andy Reid.
All right, I've got 2 questions to ask you.
Okay,
I want you guys in the chat to answer this too. Do you think that the Chiefs have the bigger advantage at coach or quarterback?
If you could only pick one,
yeah, one of the 2. Because we agree the Chiefs have the better coach in this game. They also have the better quarterback in this game. Where do you think the Chiefs have the bigger advantage of those 2?
I mean, I have to say quarterback. I have to say Mahomes. And I can give you my reason.
Yeah, of course.
Pre-Mahomes, Andy Reid was great, turned the franchise around, 1-4 in the playoffs with KC. Since Mahomes, 17-3. So if I had to pick one, I'm going to pick Mahomes. Although I would try to argue I would pick both Andy Reid and Mahomes as the combo, the packaged combo. But yeah, if I just had to pick one, let's just say this. You take Saquon out of the equation, which you can't completely because that's how they operate their offense and what part of what makes them so effective. But if you had to say, hey, 2-minute drive, Hurts or Mahomes, I'm going to have to take Mahomes. That's who I'm going to give the advantage to in the crucial situation.
Okay, my second question is kind of the same vein.
Okay.
We agree that Reid is the best coach in the NFL, and we agree Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. Who is higher up their respective power rankings? Is it Sirianni at coach, or is it Jalen Hurts at quarterback?
See, the problem with me is I don't know where I'd put Sirianni, but I would put Jalen Hurts in like a top. He's got to be like top 10, right?
Yeah, I actually think that Hurts is probably somewhere between 11 and 13.
Okay. I was thinking right around 10 is where.
Yeah, I'd probably put him 11 to 13. I would probably put Sirianni. I have to really go through it, but I think Sirianni's probably higher up the list than Jalen Hurts. The comparison that I've made this week is Hurts feels a lot to me. Like, I know things kind of changed with our perception around Russell Wilson, but if you go back, what people were saying about Russell Wilson when Seattle was really good is almost the same thing they now say about Jalen Hurts. Game manager, you win because of your run game, you win because of your defense, you are a caretaker game manager quarterback. And then I think there was pretty clearly a time after the Legion of Boom had ended, Russ was a top 5 quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
I will be interested to see if Jalen Hurts kind of takes that next step. Like, he's fine. I'm not telling you that I think he's great. I don't think he's bad. He is fine.
Yeah, I think he's a good quarterback. For sure. Above average.
Is he going to take that step where maybe he's not in that like big 4, big 5 conversation, but like, can we feel pretty consistently that Jalen Hurts is the 7th best quarterback in the NFL, the 8th best quarterback in the NFL? Is it undeniable that he is the best quarterback in the NFC? Can he get to that point? And that's obviously, we'll see what the next step in his career is.
Yeah, those are some interesting questions. They challenge the mind.
This is what I do for a living every day.
That's why I enjoy having you on, man.
That's all I do.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. I'd be curious to know even what some of you guys think. I mean, I saw somebody say he's bottom half coach in the league, but I just don't see how when you have the turnover of OC and DC that you've had, I think do you know off the top of your head, did they have turnover OC and DC back-to-back years? Because didn't they fire him last year?
They lost both of their offensive and defensive coordinators the same year after they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I knew they lost both
coordinator.
then.
Yeah, I don't know about last year. I can't remember because I know offensive coordinator went to the Indianapolis Colts and the defensive coordinator is the coach of the Cardinals. I know that. I don't remember about last year though.
Yeah, so just with the turnover of that and still having the success, when you think that like Sirianni is like a more of like a manager. Like what he's been able to do is great. And here's the thing. We don't like him. A lot of people don't like him. But if Philly likes him, the players rally around him. Like, I don't really know what it matters.
Yeah, I guess.
To anybody else.
No, I'm with you. And
to everybody else.
I guess in that vein, I think there's two ways of building your team. And I think they're like perfectly displayed in this game. There is option one, what Kansas City has. They have the legendary coach. They have a legendary quarterback. They have drafted really well around those pieces. And if you can get both of those things together, you can be a dynasty. You can be the Patriots. You can be the Cowboys. If you can get those two things to perfectly line up, you can be really good for a really long time. Or option B is you can be Philadelphia. Philadelphia, like we're looking at it. No one thinks they have a top 10 coach. No one thinks they have a top quarterback. They've been to 2 of the last 3 Super Bowls. They clearly have a system that works for them. They have a strong front office. They draft really well, and they kind of know what they are. And I mean, they figured out a cheat code. You know what I mean? They figured out a cheat code. We talk about all the time with teams how like converting in the red zone. You know, third and short, fourth and short. How hard it is to convert. Man, the Eagles hacked the system. You know what I mean? Like they created their own play to convert this that has given them a significant advantage. So you do have to kind of tip your cap to what Philadelphia has been able to do. You know, a lot of it's being in the NFC. Like, I don't want to make it sound like that plays no part of it, where the AFC has been Mahomes and Manning and Brady. And then the NFC, I mean, it's been wild what we've seen in the NFC. You know what I mean? Like, we saw Jake Delhomme go to the Super Bowl in the NFC. We've seen some wild Super Bowl quarterbacks. We saw Rex Grossman go to the Super Bowl in the NFC in the last 20 years or so. It's been wild.
I think you said it, and I do want to circle back to it because roster building and putting together a championship caliber team is extremely important. And Howie Roseman, I mean, some people would argue that he's a better GM than Veach. I don't. But what he's been able to do, building in the trenches, drafting really well.
That's a great question.
Think of who they've drafted. Think about some of the moves they've made, trading for A.J. Brown. Like, just think of some of these key moves that they've made.
Let me ask you this. Yeah. To answer, I'm really thinking about it.
Yep.
Do you give Veach credit for Mahomes? Because to me, that's the deciding factor.
Yeah, that's like a whole side. Because you have Dorsey truthers.
Yeah, no, I'm a Dorsey truther.
Yeah, but that's Tyreek, that's Chris Jones, and then technically Mahomes. Veach did put him on the table, and he's like, "Yo, please look at this guy." I mean, so I think there's some credit there. Veach hasn't hit like that, but he's getting better every year. That 2022 draft is pretty clutch. I mean, you trade away Tyreek, you recoup the draft capital, you're getting Karlaftis, who is doing incredible things, especially in the postseason. McDuffie, that's probably your blue chip. Like, I think that might be Veach's first blue chip player, right? Mm-hmm. Or close to it. He's definitely getting better. I think Rice was a hit. Worthy was a hit.
For sure.
He's missed, though.
Yeah,
early.
Everybody misses. Yeah, no,
like Breland Speaks was that the top draft pick in 2018?
Yeah, I mean, I bet if you looked at the Eagles, you would probably find something pretty similar. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna miss. I mean, maybe you would give the advantage to Roseman just because you don't have the Hall of Fame quarterback in play, so that inherently makes it more difficult. But I don't want to take away from anything that Brett Veach has done. He's obviously done a very good job. We talked about this. I can't remember if we talked about this on your stream or whatever, but every problem the Chiefs have had the last 5 years or so, they've been able to solve it through just being smart, right? Yeah. Like, people had a question about their defense. Their defense was bad in 2017, 2018, whatever that was. Their defense was bad. They fixed it in one offseason. They lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got to fix our offensive line. They got Joe Thuney. You know what I mean? Joe Thuney couldn't went anywhere. They maybe, at the time, we thought overpaid a little bit for left guard, But you sign one of the 5 best offensive linemen in the league, regardless of position, and a guy that eventually could help you at left tackle when you needed him to play left tackle. You drafted Creed Humphrey. You drafted Trey Smith. Like, you did that in one offseason. This year,
2 more, yeah.
I guess you're right. You mentioned the Tyreek Hill trade. You traded, he's a Hall of Fame wide receiver. You traded him. You turned him into starters for your teams. Team miss trades like that all the time. So, that obviously was a big hit for Kansas City. This year, we missed the left tackle. They didn't have a left tackle. You lost your number 1 running back. Like, they basically have not had Isaiah Pacheco this year. I know Isaiah Pacheco was playing this year.
Yeah.
They haven't had him. He has 400 yards this year. They have not had their number 1 running back, and you solved the problem. So that's what I think separates the Chiefs more from any other team in the National Football League is you got to be really good at problem solving because problems are going to pop up. You're going to have an injury. You're going to have something go wrong. Can you solve those issues and not have them derail your season? And the Chiefs just, this thing happens. It's okay. We will figure it out, and we will continue to keep winning at a high level. I mean, for this team to be in the Super Bowl, to only lose 1 time, and have basically not had a left tackle at any point this season is correct. They have not had a left tackle. They at no point this year have they had one.
Wanye, well, it was Kingsley. He got benched. Wanye was DJ Humphries the next guy, and
DJ
then he had his hamstring, and then Joe Tooney was number 4.
He played for 15 minutes. He played for 15 minutes. They have not had a left tackle all season, and they figured it out and they made it work. That's the Chiefs.
I saw a tweet earlier today by Scott Kazar. I don't know how to say his last name properly.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
He's not a Chiefs fan. I actually asked him one day because I was like, are you a Chiefs fan? But he's got a lot of pro Chiefs stuff, and I don't know if I could find it quickly enough.
That was that thing. Go back.
Yeah.
That was the thing about the
this here.
The we were talking about
right
the
here,
refs.
right?
Yeah, we were talking about that, about the refs.
Yeah, I'll scroll right up to it in a second.
Yeah, that's
but
good. I just remember we talking about it.
We can go back to it, but he basically said, and maybe I think I tweet too much is the problem, but he basically said every year Mahomes has basically had a different left tackle outside of, here you go. Mahomes will start 5 Super Bowls. Here, I'll share the screen. This is crazy and kind of this is an issue for the Chiefs, definitely, the left tackle. That's probably the biggest thing, just the revolving door year in, year out. But Mahomes will start 5 Super Bowls with 5 different left tackles. And Tooney was injured at guard last year and didn't even play in the AFC Championship, or he got hurt in the AFC Championship. I can't remember when he hurt his pec.
Yeah.
It might have been in the divisional. But he's their 4th left tackle this season. He's about to start the Super Bowl again. So he had Eric Fisher in 19, Mike Rimmers in 2020.
I remember that.
They didn't make it in 2021. Orlando in 2022. Donovan Smith in 2023. Year, yeah. And then this was a tweet from September. He said, next man up is Kingsley Suamataia.
He was not up.
They then went through 4 guys. So yeah, that's a crazy thing to me about the Chiefs. And I mean, you know how important a left tackle is? I think it gives a little bit of credit just to how good that interior trio is. I understand. I've
got an off-season question whenever you're done.
Yeah. But I just understand that Joe Tooney is at left tackle right now, but that interior trio, man, Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, I don't know where you're going to go with the off-season stuff. Maybe it's O-line. But yeah, this was you were talking about it earlier. This is the statement from the head of the referee association. It is insulting and preposterous to hear conspiracy theories that somehow 17 officiating crews consisting of 138 officials are colluding to assist one team.
Colluding.
It's awful this week on the app, dude. Everywhere about the refs. It's bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Like we thought it was bad.
It's stupid.
But it's worse.
You want my question?
Yeah. And then we'll catch up on some of these donos. So I know there's some super chats and stuff. We'll get to those right after this one.
Yeah. This is my question.
Let's do it.
Chat, what do you call them? I don't know the official term.
I just call them
the chat, the commenters.
Commenters,
okay, the chat.
HBTC,
okay, my bad.
community,
my bad.
Community,
the chat. I want to make sure I have the correct term. All right, so we have a pie chart, 100% of the pie chart.
Okay, 100%.
Give me your percentage that you think Joe Tooney is their left tackle for next year. Give me your percentage that you think established veteran. So a Donovan Smith, a DJ Humphries, that type. Give me your percentage that it's a rookie.
Okay, percentage?
Yeah.
I think Joe Tooney can always be a use in case of emergency left tackle. So I'm not giving that I mean, I'm giving that's like plan B or C.
Okay.
I know you asked for percentage, but like that's not what they're going, in my opinion. I don't think they're going into 2025 with like Joe Thuney is just going to be the left tackle.
I actually think there's a chance. So go ahead though. I actually think there's a chance.
If I think the next plan, because here's the problem is you're drafting so late in all these rounds. You're either having to move so far up in round 1. Like everyone's like, oh, imagine if you would have got Joe Alt last year. He was top 10. How are you going to do that? You can't. You pick 32 or 31, whatever. I think the problem is you can't get just a starting left tackle rookie, and you're hoping you could take a swing on a developmental guy like Kingsley, which maybe they're still hoping, but they've been playing him at guard, so I don't know if he's a tackle at all. I think plan A is probably to try to figure out a vet option. Maybe you can draft a guy and develop him.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say Thuney's the best for sure at left guard. Do you extend him though? Because I think he's on the last year of his deal. But you're saying what? You think they could extend him potentially and keep him as left tackle for the future?
This is how I answer the question. This is how I would answer it. I would say 60% DJ Humphries or someone in that vein. Like I could see them going with DJ Humphries. I could see them doing another one. Like I guess there's two options. Maybe to make it more simplistic. I think there's two options. I could see them going draft plus stopgap option. So DJ Humphries for a year, you draft a left tackle in the second round. Hey, we're not going to throw him in the fire instantly the way we did with Kingsley. Let's develop him behind the scenes. Let's do what we need to do, and let's do it that way. I think that's one option.
Sure.
If I'm Joe Thuney, I am pushing to be the highest paid offensive lineman on this team. I have shown you my versatility. I am a Hall of Fame left guard. In a pinch, I played left tackle for you guys, and I more than held my own. You and I both know where's the money at if you want to play on the offensive line. It's in tackle. I just showed you guys I can do it. My contract's coming up. Pay me like a left tackle, and I will be your left tackle. And you put Kingsley in at guard, or we agree it's much easier to find a guard in the draft than it is to find a tackle, especially with where the Chiefs pick. I don't think that Thuney should be completely written off as being their left tackle next year, especially when you've done it at a high level. It's not like it's been mixed results about you being the left tackle.
Yeah.
Joe Thuney has shown, I'm the best left guard in the league. I'm like the 7th best left tackle then in the league if we're like going down the list or not. I should be up for this job and the financial benefit that comes from playing left tackle. I don't think it's outside the realm, so he does. So I would say 60% for DJ Humphries, them just kind of pressing reset and going back to it. I don't think there's any chance they play a rookie there. So I'll go 60-40. This year went so bad at the position.
It went pretty bad.
And also with where they pick.
Yeah.
If their plan is to start a rookie at left tackle, you got to be willing to trade 2 first-round picks to move up.
Yeah, you got to go get somebody that you're like, that's a starting left tackle.
You got to go from 31, and you got to go try to find...
in the teens, at least.
Who's the kid, the left tackle from Slater? You got to be willing to move up to 17 to 20 to go find Slater, that's the left tackle for the Los Angeles Chargers. I don't see them trading 2 first-round picks, so I would go 60%... stopgap, 40%. I think there's a very serious chance that Joe Thuney's our left tackle next year.
Keon said, this guy got a channel? All right, so this is Carrington Harrison. He runs The Drive, 96.5 The Fan, 610 Sports Radio. He's got a show Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. You got to check him out. Their channel.
You can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, I was like, their channel now streams on YouTube.
You can watch it on YouTube.
They're on Twitch. And so check him out. And then he's got a podcast. Well, I want to plug that as well before I forget. It's the pinned comment on the stream. And if I go here and hit screen share, it's not sports related, but he does have a podcast. It's as entertaining as he is right here. Engaging.
You're also coming on the podcast once football season's over.
After the season's over. But yeah, he runs the weekly Monday through Friday, The Drive, 2 to 6. Weekly interviews, at least during the season, with Patrick Mahomes, Mitch Holthus, bringing in a bunch of people as well from from different insiders, Joshua Briscoe, or just different people who cover the Chiefs to people around the league. He had Nick Wright on his show last Friday or 2 Fridays ago. He's coming on this Friday. So yeah, definitely check out his show. I listen to it as much as I can.
Did you see that? I was in the Washington Post. I gave a comment. They made a story about Nick. I gave a comment.
I didn't see that.
Well, I gave a comment in there.
Dude, that's how you know you made it.
Yeah, they put former intern in parentheses. I was like, yeah, I was Nick Wright's former
That's
intern.
what they said?
Yeah, I mean, it was afternoon host too. But
they called you the former intern?
It was funny to be on there.
And then before we get to some of these comments, man, this is his podcast, Bad Movies, Worst Opinions. You're only watching and reviewing / talking about movies that have a rating of...
It has to be below a 6.0 on IMDb.
Okay, below a 6.0 on IMDb.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll have to figure out what movie we're doing.
Yeah, no,
when I come on, but we'll do one. But yeah, so if you're wondering where to find Carrington, that's his podcast, but he's also on Twitter right here too, or X. I know you don't call it X. I don't really care. I call it Twitter /X.
Who calls it X?
Dude, I don't know. I call it Twitter /X, but I still say tweets. I still say retweet. I don't know. It's all messed up.
I don't want to be around anybody that calls it X. I'm serious. I don't really want to be associated with anybody.
I do like hitting x.com on the browser. It's so easy, but it's suspect. At first, I was like, where's this going to take me?
You typed in x.com?
Just X, because now my browser history pulls it up. It's either that or you type in TWITT.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
X.com is nuts.
It is kind of nuts, but anyway. So that's where you can find Carrington. We have let me catch up real quick here. We got Sean with the 5. Hey guys, what do you think the key thing is for both teams to win that nobody's talking about or not talking about as much as they should? I think
good.
I think you need a freaking excellent game from Travis Kelce.
I don't think they need that.
No?
I don't think they need that. I would say for the Chiefs, I think Philadelphia's defense is good.
Sure.
Whenever you've been able to give the Chiefs problems, it's usually been because you have forced the Chiefs to be one-dimensional where you're throwing the ball.
Okay.
Where I think if you know how I feel about Isaiah Pacheco. I don't think he's going to be a major factor in this game.
I think Kareem's the guy again, yeah.
But let's say that Kareem has 42 yards rushing, and you're making Mahomes throw it 46 times in this game. I would say that is a game script that Philadelphia could win. That's usually when the Chiefs kind of get into trouble. They can't run the ball. They're getting too cutesy. They're throwing it a bunch. I think that's a big talking point. I think if Philadelphia wins, I think two guys have to play well. We obviously know that Saquon has to play well.
Yes.
I also think Jalen Carter has to play well. And I think that Philadelphia is one of the few teams that is uniquely positioned to kind of take advantage of Mike Caliendo on the inside. Is that a issue that you like? Is that a position on the field that you can win that battle? Nobody's really won that battle. You can maybe argue that Houston did. Like Houston, I think defensively actually did pretty decent.
They got a good line
against Kansas. Yeah, they did pretty decently. Can they have that same success against the Kansas City? So I would say those are maybe two talking points. Yeah.
Yeah, he just said that. What are your key thing for both teams that nobody's talking about? I mean, maybe people are talking about a Kelce legacy game. I'm just in my head. I'm like, as good as they are, some of those corners, and based on who the Chiefs have that thrive against zone coverage, which the Eagles are going to run a lot of with Fangio, I'm like, if you want to have, like, just think what Kelce did in that, I think it was the Texans game. I mean, they did everything they could to take away the wide receivers, and they just forgot about Kelce. I'm not saying they're going to do that because they're not idiots, but it would definitely be a helpful factor in this game for Kelce to kind of have a day, or somebody in the middle of the field with all the zone coverage that they play.
I'm trying to pull up something for you. Hold on.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I don't know why it's just not.
Flip with. Is it on that question, or can I move to the next one?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You're good.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Flip with the 5 said, do you all think Noah Gray and Jared Wiley will step up in the regular season next year? Kelce will be utilized only in the playoffs next season.
Yeah, I think they've clearly been setting the stage for Noah Gray to be a bigger part of the offense for next year, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
Yeah, I think they've been setting it up.
I mean, here's the thing.
You're right.
I feel like we say every year Kelce's going to, maybe this is the year Kelce will be on a snap count. This guy has not played, he played like 90% of snaps in this season. Him and Chris Jones played like like a career high percentage of snaps. So I keep thinking that Kelce's snaps are going to decrease, and maybe next year it is, but I do think you drafted Jared Wiley for a reason. He's starting out on a greatest of all time trajectory, by the way, because Kelce had a knee injury his rookie year.
Okay,
Wiley had a knee injury his rookie year. But yeah, I mean, Kelce's not getting any younger. You have to have they're not caring about that right now. They're caring about the Super Bowl, but you've got to be thinking ahead. And that's what, I can never be a GM. All the stuff that they have to balance and consider, like they're thinking like 2 years ahead, 3 years ahead, 4 years ahead on some of these players.
I think that's the most you can think is 4 years ahead in the league.
It's so much.
I've got another question to ask you guys. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Let's say that right now I hand you a briefcase.
A briefcase, okay.
I'll give you $100,000.
Okay,
you can only place this. You caught me off guard. That was good. All right, I'm going to give you $100,000. You can only place one of these bets.
Okay.
You can bet the over on DeAndre Hopkins receiving yards at 11.5, or you can bet the over on rushing yards for Isaiah Pacheco, which is right now at 21.5. Which one are you betting the over on? You can only place those two bets. I'm going to give you a free $100,000. You can only place over on D-Hop or over on Isaiah Pacheco. Which one are you placing?
So,
because really quick, because everybody is saying over on DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, that's what chat's saying right now.
Everybody is saying over. So I'm telling you some of the stuff we're going to talk about later on the week on the show. Have you looked at DeAndre Hopkins lately, what he's been doing for the Chiefs? Because D-Hop...
Well, I just want to say, to answer your question, I feel like Pacheco might be more realistic, but the fact that D-Hop does actually do well in zone coverage, I think potentially he might be a guy that plays a role, not a huge role, but I think you said 11.5? Based on the zone coverage the Eagles play, and he might be the second most zone-friendly guy in the pass-catching room aside from Travis Kelce. It almost feels like you should go Pacheco, but I think I would go D-Hop. Only because of the amount of zone the Eagles play. I'm probably going to be wrong, and I'd lose $100,000.
The last 3 games.
I know.
D-Hop had 7 yards against Pittsburgh.
I know.
He had 0 yards against Houston. He had 11 yards against... He would have hit the under on 11.5 for 3 straight games. 3 straight games. Now, I'm not telling you that you know how I feel about Pacheco. I told you last week. I said fade anything related to Isaiah Pacheco last week. I told you that. And I ended up being right. I'm looking at it, though. They're almost in the same boat. These are the last 3 games for Pacheco.
I know,
12
I was
yards,
looking it up.
18 yards, 18 yards.
I still think, man, I would go D-Hop just based on the defense that the Eagles play. Because, Pacheco, just what you said, 5 carries, 18, 5 carries, 12? That's not good.
It's not good at all. Neither one of them have been good.
That's not good.
Neither one of them have been good.
Yeah, but $100,000, I think I would just throw it on D-Hop. I think I would do it. 11.5 yards.
No, I'm with you. I agree.
What would you do?
I would bet on D-Hop.
Okay.
This is why I would bet on D-Hop. You're basically saying, can he have 2 catches for 12 yards?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, give me a third down grab for 8.
And for Pacheco, for you to get 21.5, you either have to think he's going to break one or get 6 or 7 carries. And I'm just not sure he's getting 6 or 7 carries.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing about D-Hop, though, is it's at 11.5. 11.5 is a crazy number. Like a legitimate crazy number.
It is.
I'm looking if there's anybody even remotely close to this for what their over-under is. Let me pull it up here.
Yeah, go ahead. While you do that.
Just to give you an idea, that's the same as Noah Grace. I'd be much more... If you're telling me right now I can only bet on one of them to hit the over...
Go Noah?
Noah Gray is much more likely to hit his over than I think D-Hop is, if those are the two. They got Samaje Perine at 7.5. I actually like him to get a little screenplay. I feel like they run that little screenplay all the time to Samaje Perine.
The last time I went higher on Perine's receiving yards, it was something like that, and he did it like 8 games in a row, and then he had nothing. The one time.
Are you taking Juju's at 16.5?
I did a 4-legged parlay.
They ain't even got Justin Watson on the board. Oh wow, you can't even bet on Justin Watson on DraftKings. You can't even place a wager on my dog.
I did a 4-legged parlay. I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna go to.
You can't even place a wager on my dog.
This is what I did, and I'll share the screen so everybody can see it. This is my underdog picks. It's going to be on the underdog app tomorrow.
Well, I like that
on the
over
home
Jalen
screen.
Hurts.
These are the 4 I went. It's a flexed entry, so you can win 3 or 4 and still win. But I went with the higher on Kareem's 10.5 rushing attempts. Devontae, I mean, dude, he's in the middle of the field. You might find Devontae Smith one-on-one with Chamari Connor. That's insane.
Yeah,
he had 99 yards last year against us, week 11.
Yeah, that's a yes for me.
That felt fine. This is a risky one, but like, I just feel like Kelce's got to have that game. You've got it's when the play breaks down. Can he make some magic happen with Mahomes? Mm-hmm. And I'm just gonna bank on that one a little bit. And then Hurts with the tush push and his scrambles. Like, I felt good about higher than 7.5 attempts. So that's my 4-legged parlay. I say all that to say, like, dude, I was scared to touch D-Hop stuff. I was a little scared to go Juju's way. I could have went Goddard's way because I just feel like the way that the Chiefs defense treat tight ends, man, like I could have went with Goddard, and I struggled between Goddard and Devontae Smith. It felt risky to me to go higher on 2 pass catchers for the Eagles because of how much they run, and I didn't like Saquon's number. It was 119.5, but the Chiefs haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in how many playoff games? It's been a long time.
It's been 2 of the last 2 years.
It's been a long time.
Zamir White and Josh Jacobs were the last 2.
Yeah.
We play this game on the show called the Carrington Hypothetical Button Game. I'll give you the chance to press that button right now.
Okay.
I lock Saquon in for 27 carries for 102 yards and a touchdown.
Okay.
You can lock that in right now. You can roll the dice if they do better than that. What would you do?
I like that.
Because I'm saying like 27 for 102 doesn't kill you, but you also that's a good day.
That's a good day. I said this, if Saquon goes for 140, 150 and 2 touchdowns, I think the Chiefs are in trouble.
They lost.
But I like that. 27 for a 102 and a touchdown. I like that.
Yeah, because
if I could lock that in, yeah.
Yeah. I would lock it in 2 just because if he runs for 102 yards, he only really has 1 big run. Like, just think on how you do it. You know, if you get 102 yards, you don't have 2 60-yard runs. You have 1 30-yard run, and then you kind of just chip away at all the other things.
I like the Commanders game. It was like 65 yards and a touchdown, 1 play.
That was a lot.
First play of the game.
There was a fun wager that I saw.
Yeah?
Because I was thinking of this. Someone says, is there a bet on how many players catch passes? Yes, there is a bet that you can play. So if you can think of it in the Super Bowl, you can bet on it. There was a bet that you can place right now on the app. Is how many Chiefs players get a carry, and they've set the over-under at 4.5.
A carry?
A carry, because in the Houston game, it was 5, because Matt Ariza technically got a carry. So you're like, if you had the under, you would have lost. The little running round, it counts as the carry.
Oh, the safety.
It counts as the carry. And then 4 players got a carry in the AFC Championship game. So... To me, it comes down to this.
Mahomes, Pacheco, could be Pirine, could be Hunt.
Pirine or Steele didn't get a carry in the postseason so far, though.
Ooh.
Either one of them. So do you think one of them get a carry? Do you think they do some trickery where they give Kelce a carry or Noah Gray a carry? Or do they run like a Juju Smith-Schuster end around, Hollywood Brown trick play end around? Yeah, 4.5. It's like plus 140 if you're taking the over.
That's fun. That's fun. I was looking.
Those are always cool. I like those.
I'm partnered with Underdog, so I'm just always in that app looking. And for the Super Bowl, they got some crazy ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Like first receiver to a first down catch. Mm-hmm. First receiver to 20 yards on the day. Mm-hmm. Like they have some really unique ones for the Super Bowl.
A lot of folks were saying Worthy. Worthy got a carry in each of the last 2 games. So
Worthy had 2 carries in the last game, so he would be 1. Yep.
Yeah, so it's Mahomes, Pacheco, Hunt, and Worthy.
That's 4. They said 4.5 though.
Yeah, I'm saying those 4 are for sure getting carries. And now it's, do you think somebody other than those guys get carries? But Worthy's getting a carry.
Do we see
I'm actually going to take Worthy's over. It's like 4.5 rushing yards. I feel like for Worthy rushing yards, it's kind of simple to me. I don't think Worthy gets 7. He either gets 19 or you lose. You know what I mean? Like, it's either one of the two. Xavier Worthy has 19 rushing yards or 1 rushing yard. You know what I mean? He doesn't get any better than that. So,
then all it also takes, too, is a backwards pass. Like, they're doing a lot of these bubble screens to him. Like, if it's just a half yard backwards, like, he was credited with a touchdown run weeks back, and it was really a forward pass. Like, you guys
30 rushing yards.
Like, you guys are on drugs.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to take the one, for sure.
No, I like that one. Could we see it's probably not happening, but could we see a Carson Wentz QB sneak in this game?
I don't
We've
think
been talking about it all. Like, when we first signed him, he has a success rate of like 80-something% on QB sneaks. That's insane. That's not just with the Eagles. That's with the Colts.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like 80% success rate or so on QB sneaks. I just feel like they're never going to run it. They brought him out on one play in the season, but it was like a weird, he was 3-point stance with Mahomes.
Folks on the text or the chat are talking about it turned into a betting stream.
Nah, not really.
I'm just saying, and they said that they believe $1.6 billion will be bet on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's insane.
This is a major part of the game. Is a lot of people will have money out in some capacity.
Well, what's funny is like I didn't even plug a call to action or underdog or say what code HBTC gets you. Like I wasn't even promoing. We were just talking about it.
I signed up for my first Super Bowl square. I never done one before. I still don't honestly really understand what a Super Bowl square is. To be completely honest with you about it,
nothing about it.
I have 4 and 9. Are my 2 numbers. The chat can tell me what that means. I don't know. I don't know what 4 and 9 means.
Me neither. Rust with the 10 said history freezes athletes in time at their absolute greatest moment. I didn't know I would get Socrates in this stream. By the way, did you get your lamp? All right, so that's an earlier quote.
Yeah, I remember
from when we were talking about Kelce or anybody going past their prime, quote unquote. And you said not really because nobody remembers that. Did you get a lamp?
I have not got a lamp. I went out of town after our stream.
You were in Vegas.
Yeah, so I haven't really been home and then this week. But once the Super Bowl is over, I will get a lamp and I will send you. I will show you the
Heck
lamp.
Yeah.
Lamp that I purchased.
For those of you who are wondering hey, this is how you know we're right by each other. You can see my pasty hand right here. Chat went crazy last stream. Helped Carrington get a lamp that his friend broke at his house. So that's on the way. Sean with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. Marcus with the gifted. James with the 5 said, Cole, did you tell Carrington you let Broncos fans in here? That can bring bad juju, you know. Yeah, James is a really nice Broncos fan. He's a resident Broncos fan in here.
Shout out to the Broncos.
Jennifer with the 5 gifted. Pin on fire with the 5 said, ready to hear those Eagles cry and whine about the game all year like last time if we win. This is insane, Pin on fire. I saw multiple comments today on Twitter about the Bradbury hold in Super Bowl 57.
I don't want to talk about the officials.
No, we don't got to go down that rail, but I'm just like...
I'm here to talk about anything. I don't want to talk about the officials anymore.
But I'm just saying they are still crying about Super Bowl 57, which is insane to me. 2 years ago. Dude.
Bro, you lost.
2 years ago.
You lost.
2 years ago. I said...
you lost, brother.
I responded to him and said, you're an embarrassment to your entire bloodline. Like, what are we doing?
You lost, brother.
2 years ago. Sean with the 20 bomb said, definitely betting on KC. Eagles had the best pass rush in Super Bowl 57. So they were first in sacks with 70 that year.
All in there
70.
The field,
and they got 0 sacks. Hurts played near perfect and lost. He did have that fumble that Bolton housed. That's a huge turning point in that game. Limited Patrick time of possession and scored 38. And Spags, I trust. Patrick rushing yards over. You know what else is interesting? Against number 1 passing defenses, Mahomes is 3-0, but he averages 37 points per game against these number 1 passing defenses in the playoffs. That is hilarious. 37 points per game, and the Chiefs predominantly pass the ball.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
Interesting.
JPap with the 2. I'm praying Chiefs rip off 3 straight touchdowns off the bat.
I would love that too. As somebody who has the Chiefs -1.5, that'd be great. I would be very thrilled about it. I took them from the very, very beginning. So 1.5, felt very, very free.
Sean with the 20 bomb.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you're good. Thank you. He followed up with another 20 bomb and said, by the way, big fan of yours, Carrington Harrison, definitely QB.
Thanks, Sean. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I feel like he was answering the question of
from
QB
earlier,
and
from
coach.
What's your favorite football movie?
I mean, this is probably corny, but it's probably just got to be Remember the Titans, man.
Oh my!
I know it's so corny.
My goodness,
it's so corny, dude. But bro, I watched it.
Do you guys have timeout on your stream? Because I wish I could put you in timeout.
Here's why. I watched it as a kid, and it was moving to me. It's not the best football movie. Yeah, just
has a movie ever made you cry before?
Yeah, I'm kind of emotional. If somebody cries in a show or a movie,
you start to cry.
I don't cry, unless you count this as crying. My eyes water. And maybe that's crying, but like I'm not weeping. But if I see somebody crying, like in a moment of compassion or like a serious moment,
cry.
I'll get teary eyed. It's like I can't even control it. Even if it's kind of a dumb movie, I'm like, man, why am I crying? Like why I got tears in my eyes right now? My wife laughs at me for it.
Can I tell you? Oh, so my favorite football movie is Friday Night Lights.
Okay,
I love the movie. I love the television show. I watch it every year to kind of like get me in football mode. Like, so I've rewatched it maybe 4 or 5 times. I love the show. I will tell you, there's only been one time I've ever cried during a movie.
Only once.
One time.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. Maybe it was COVID. I cannot, because like it's not real, right? It's not.
Yeah.
I was watching Invincible, the Vince Papale, Mark Wahlberg movie.
Really?
And I'm telling you, I had even seen the movie before. And there was something about the movie that just in that moment, it got me. I was so happy for Vince Papale. This is when I started crying. I'm going to tell you when I started crying. So you remember in the movie, in the very beginning, his other girlfriend tells him, you're never going to amount to anything. You're a loser, right? And then that stretch where he tells his friend, I am Jordan the Eagles, and they have that emotional moment where they hug each other out in the parking lot. And they go to the game, and he messes up, and Dick Vermeil starts yelling at him, I put my neck on the line for you. I know what's going to happen. I'm like, Vince, you got to do it. You got to do it. You come on. All right, I know what's going to happen. And man, when he forces that fumble and scores the touchdown, and then he points to his friends up in the crowd, oh my God, I started crying. I really did. I started crying. I really did. I started crying. I'm serious. I remember this day like it just happened. I remember back when COVID hit and quarantine happened, I remember thinking, we will never go outside ever again. This is our life now. We're just going to be inside. I'll never see my friends. We're not going to have football anymore. We're not going to be able to go out to eat. I remember thinking this, and maybe that's what it was. I was just thinking like, oh man, remember this time? It was so great. That's what got me. I'm serious. That's the only time I've ever cried during a movie. That's a 100% true story. I cried during the movie Invincible.
That's okay to admit that.
I cried during the movie.
I think of COVID and dude, the fake crowd noise was something else in these football games. It's empty stands and you hear the crowd going, woo!
Can you imagine? It's gonna be a time. I'm serious. There's gonna be a time like 30 years from now where like they're gonna show highlights to that. And you're gonna have to like explain to like somebody like, hey,
there's nobody there?
There's nobody in the stands? And you're gonna have to explain it.
Is this a scrimmage?
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain it to somebody. It's gonna be crazy. I know that I see the chat. They're laughing at me. That I'm telling you, I cried during the movie Invincible. I did. I cried. It had me. It had me emotional.
Okay, Casey Lion Squad with the 10 said, have y'all heard about the leaked script? Chiefs win 27-23. Chiefs will score a come from behind touchdown Mahomes to Kelce. A leaked script? No, but
I think that's a joke. I don't think there's
after the game, Kelce will propose to Taylor Swift. Oh, okay, no.
Yeah, see, I told you.
No, I didn't. I needed to finish that comment.
It was real. I was looking. I was like, I don't think they're asking genuinely.
After the three-peat, I'm fine with whatever goes down.
Asking genuinely.
I'm fine with whatever goes down. I will be insufferable for a long time if the Chiefs win this game, dude. Like, you thought I was insufferable after the back-to-back? Oh, nah. Oh, no.
You know what? I can say this.
You're better on social than me.
I don't think I'm very good at it either.
You're better than me. You're a nicer person than I am.
I used to. There was a time I loved Kanye West. I would have never ever guessed if you had told me in 2012 there would become a point in my life where I like Taylor Swift more than Kanye West. I would have told you were crazy. I really would have told you that. That's where
insane.
I am. I like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Like I've never met her, but I probably know 15 people that have met her. I've never heard a bad Taylor Swift story. Not one time. Not from a server, waiter. Like one of my good friends, he works at a popular local restaurant. Like he waited their table. Has nothing but positive things to say about Taylor Swift. She's just done so many good things, man. I am a Taylor Swift fan after everything that has happened the last year and a half or so. She's been great.
You know what?
I never would have guessed that I'm telling you.
That's crazy.
I love My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I would never. I like Taylor Swift more than I like Kanye West. It's
Kanye kind of did it to himself a
did.
little bit, but then you know what I noticed about Taylor Swift is like the little things. She's like walking behind like the back tunnels of Arrowhead, the back pass, whatever you want to call it. Her security is like basically like move. Get out of the way.
Yeah, that'll be playing.
She'll walk by and say, "Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it." Like always kind, always compassionate. And I'm like, she's on camera all the time. Like everywhere she goes, people have their phone out. She's always respectful. It's crazy. Yeah. And she's like the most, it's awesome. She's got my respect.
What I've learned about Taylor Swift is, you know what people love more than anything when you're really famous? Is to feel like you're normal. That's what people love.
That's what she feels like. That's how she acts.
I'm saying that
she's not normal. She's a mega star.
Her appeal she's just so normal, down to earth. She's so famous, but man, she seems very normal. Like she just
down to earth.
Seems cool to me.
Chill.
She's cool to me. I ain't got no issues with her.
And we'll move on. This is probably the most I've ever talked about Taylor Swift on the stream, but like
I'm here to talk about everything. Last time we were looking at coaching. Think about all the stuff we do when we were on here. We watched old people fall one day, and then we watched cannot play with them. Can't do it.
She just feels like she would stop and talk to anybody.
100%.
If they like, obviously within reason, but yeah, I'm a big. Did you see the viral tweet going? I got
a question for you. You ready?
Yeah,
I'll give you another gambling question. Go ahead.
Let me finish this one. I'm not going to pull it up, but it was her in her Grammys dress and like walking, and someone zoomed in on her legs.
I saw that.
Somebody zoomed in on her legs, and they're shredded, dude. Like she looks like she's been doing every leg exercise you can think of. Somebody said, "What is she training for?" Quote tweet went viral. Somebody's got to stop Saquon Barkley. Somebody's got to stop Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, she looked good on Sunday during the Grammys. No, she looked good. Nah, I'm with you. She looked great.
She was crushing it, man.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think? What do you think the higher number is? Times they show Taylor Swift on TV or Isaiah Pacheco carries? I'm saying is from the moment the game starts until the end of the game, what's the higher number? Taylor Swift or Isaiah Pacheco carries?
I'm going with Taylor Swift, man.
Wow.
I'm sorry. He only had 5 carries last game.
I'm asking. Yeah.
So that's
why I'm here to ask.
It's under the assumption that Kareem Hunt is doing 90% of the workload. He had 17 carries. Pacheco had 5. Mahomes had 11. But like, if Pacheco only averages about that 5, 6, you might see Taylor Swift more than you see Pacheco carries.
Okay, I just wanted to throw that out there. I just wanted to ask the people what you think.
You ask the good questions.
I'm telling you, this is literally what I do all day with my life. I literally think of these questions and I write them in my phone. I didn't write these down. I just think of them. This is how my brain works. I just think of these questions all day.
Billy Goat with the 5 said, how effective is Barkley with Dickerson and Jurgens injuries? Jones is going to take serious advantage of Dickerson's injury. Tush push with Jurgens.
That man Saquon Barkley's had at least 120 yards in the last 5 games they've had. He's on an incredible tear right now.
Yeah, I still think Barkley will be effective. I mean, obviously you have Dickerson with the knee, Jurgens with the back. They might come into this game close-ish to 100% to start. The question is, 3rd and 4th quarter, how will they start to look? Will they wear down? Will you find Dickerson limping? Will Jurgens' back, like, is that going to hold up? And that's where I'm like, yeah, that's Chris Jones That's, I mean, even Turk Wharton in the middle of the line, but then you've got Mike Pennell. You've got to stuff the run as well. But yeah, we'll see. Those injuries are the key ones to watch for me. Dickerson, Juergens, but then Zach Bond, their linebacker that popped up with the groin last Friday.
I want to answer one of these comments real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Someone said the Chiefs stopped Saquon Barkley. It's crazy.
You have to slow him down. You can't stop him.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're going to talk about this on the show yet at some point between now and then. Do you know how many yards from scrimmage Saquon or Christian McCaffrey had?
In the Super Bowl?
Year. Do you know how many yards from scrimmage Christian McCaffrey had?
I don't remember because I haven't looked at it, but I'm gonna guess around 100. I'm talking running and receiving.
Yeah, running and receiving.
Around 100.
He had 160 yards.
God, he had that much?
I'm just saying think about this.
Oh my God.
Just think about this. Everybody thinks that he did a good job. I think they did a good job against. Like, I'm not here telling you you're wrong.
Yards.
He had 160 yards from scrimmage.
Okay, that's
so like
more than I thought.
If I had asked anybody, hey, if the Chiefs can hold Saquon Barkley to what they did Christian McCaffrey, will the Chiefs win? Everybody in the chat goes, yes, yes, yes. If Saquon has 160 scrimmage yards, Chiefs ain't winning that game. Chiefs ain't winning that because his 160 is going to be very different. His 160 is going to be 145 rushing yards and then 15 like Kansas City did a really good job because McCaffrey ran for 3.6 yards per carry and he had 80 yards, but he also had 80 yards receiving because he had the one little trick play kind of touchdown or whatever.
Yes.
So yeah, it is crazy to think. I think they did a really good job against Christian McCaffrey. He had 160 yards from scrimmage. That just goes to show you to the point you were saying is you are not stopping Saquon in this game.
No, you can slow him down is the goal.
I would be surprised if on Monday we were talking about Saquon had 17 carries for 57 yards. I'd be just very, very surprised if that happened.
Unknown Outdoor said it's not just Saquon, idiots. Well, listen here, idiot.
Why I gotta be an idiot, though? I didn't do nothing.
Listen here, idiot. Nobody said it's just Saquon, but that is a primary thing you need to stop on the Eagles offense. Obviously, if Saquon gets going, it opens up the play action. It opens up the passes to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, who you definitely are going to have problems with, Goddard, who you're going to have problems with in the middle of the field. So you need to relax, Unknown Outdoor. You got to calm down, take a gummy. I mean, have a blue moon, something, dude. You need to calm down.
I was trying to look up Kenneth. One thing I like to do for Eagles games is I like to bet Kenneth Gainwell over because it's always like a really small number. It's like 6.5. I mean, Saquon get tired sometimes, you know?
People are like, who are you talking to? There's a comment that got flagged and hidden from Unknown Outdoor. I was addressing the hidden comment.
This is where you and I are just very different.
You don't address those.
I get called an idiot so much on the text line that it doesn't have an effect on my life. Like I have 3 rules on the text line. I only have 3.
Don't call you Charger Dot.
No, I don't care about that. Don't be racist. Don't be homophobic. Don't spam the text line. You can say just like anything else. Or if you get out of line, I'll just say, hey, calm down. Like you might, hey, like you I'm only gonna be too many bitches. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you've already said it 2 or 3 times. Let's chill out. Cool. But yeah, I get called an idiot. Like it doesn't even that word doesn't even offend me anymore. So when you said it, I'm like, oh, that's normal. That's my life.
So sometimes what I do is I respond to I only respond to some negative comments, but I do it for fun.
Oh yeah,
like we could just ignore them the whole time, but sometimes it's fun to push back on the dum-dums. Like I think it's fun, so I've been doing it here. Tom with the 2. Want to fly through a couple more of these? Yeah, thank you, Tom. Appreciate you. He was saying, I got the new Halo lights. You need to check it out. So here you go. You got the Halo lights in the studio.
That's us.
Right there. Look at that.
Oh, he's showing us his. Oh,
that's
okay.
fire. That's his.
I was sitting looking around. I'm like,
that's his setup.
Like it's red in here. I was like, I don't know.
That's his setup right there.
Red. Oh, somebody said dirty words. I apologize for cursing. I'm sorry.
He said the female dog. It's okay.
My bad. I'm sorry. I was trying to make a point. I couldn't edit the point. It just didn't make sense. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Son of a. There, I bleeped it. I bleeped it. Brand with the 10.
I apologize.
Brand with the 10 gifted. Let's go, man. Thank you so much for that. I checked the music DMs as well. Thank you for the back-to-back 2 bombs, Tom. Lion, KC Lion Squad with the 2. Thoughts on right tackle Juwan Taylor and Wanye and maybe a rookie. Are we talking the future of right tackle? I mean, Jawan Taylor's not leaving.
Yeah, Jawan's going to be on the team for next year.
Not based on his contract. So Jawan Taylor's staying. I mean, they drafted a bunch of guys last year. I'll be intrigued to see, can they plug any of those guys in? The later round guys, I'm thinking like you got CJ Hansen, you got Hunter Norzad. I mean, can any of those guys fight for an interior O-line spot if you can't keep, we're like rabbit trailing, if you can't keep Trey Smith.
Are those real people you just mentioned?
Yeah.
I never heard of any of those.
CJ Hansen, Hunter Norzad, they were draft picks last year. They're on the team. They're on the 53.
Hunter who?
Hunter Norzad.
I know. That's not a real person to me.
You know how I know you didn't watch Week 18? Because Hunter Norzad was like the star of the O-line.
I told you I didn't watch that. I told you I didn't watch Week 18.
Hunter Norzad in college played every position on the O-line but left tackle. He's like your
I got to tell you this while I'm thinking about it. It's just kind of remember we were talking about Reed Blankenship and Cooper DeJean? Remember we were talking about them last week I was here?
Yeah,
they're starting a podcast together.
No, they're not.
I swear to God, they're starting a podcast called...
White DBs.
They're calling it. They're gonna drink wine together.
No, they're not.
Google it. It is called Exciting Whites. I swear to you, Whites. Exciting Whites.
You're joking.
Cooper DeJean. He and his other white corner. They're gonna start a podcast called. Type podcast.
This is it. Oh wait, no. It's not.
Type it in. They're starting a podcast. It's called Exciting Whites. I swear to you.
Well, they sell T-shirts.
Yeah, just right there. Look, and that's ML football. Look, they're starting a pod called Exciting Whites.
Oh no!
Look, see what I mean? What a time!
They got to be trolling.
That sounds like a great podcast to me. Exciting Whites. Pull this up. Can you
it's up there. It's up.
All right, come on now. Be real.
Eagle stars Cooper DeJean and Reed Blankenship are starting an Exciting Whites podcast. The plan is to drink white wine.
Okay, All right, y'all. I want y'all to be real with me. You think a team with white corners can win the Super Bowl during Black History Month? Come on now. Look at them two. Look at this. You cannot tell me you think they're about to win the Super Bowl during Black History Month. Look at them. Look at number 32. That's crazy. That is nuts.
Bro.
No, I'm not believing that. That I'm telling you, no.
If that's a real podcast, that is crazy. Is this true? Are they trolling?
I want to listen to it.
I'm afraid I can't share the screen and look at Twitter comments.
Can we do that live stream? Can we drink white wine and do that? Let's sign up for the summer. Can we sign up one day this summer?
Just with white wine?
We're gonna have white wine and we're gonna answer one Q. You do it every Tuesday? I'll come back one day over the summer. Hold me to this. We're gonna do this podcast.
Exciting Whites? We got to change the name.
No, we don't have to change it. Exciting Whites.
Are we going to react to this?
No, we're going to do our own. We're gonna get various white wines and we're going to answer people's questions. We're going to do a live wine tasting.
Okay.
I'm just telling me that dude, I just don't believe it.
That's insane, dude. If that's real, that's kind of clever on their part, but that's insane. Bro, I can't believe you think two white DBs are gonna win the Super Bowl
during Black. No, I'm not believing they're winning during Black History Month. I'm not that.
That's not in the script. There's no way.
That is not what the ancestors want. Not at all. I don't believe that in any way. I'm not.
Casey Lyon followed up with another two. People should be talking about Eagles' slow starts. I haven't researched that. That's not coming off the top of my head. Their slow starts. I mean, I know the third quarter for the Chiefs is like atrocious.
Yeah, it's always something with them.
Third quarter with the Chiefs is awful.
Somebody said exciting dark purples. Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. Exciting. I can't wait for this podcast. I can't wait.
Harry Countryman with the two. I love it when Carrington is on the show. Heck yeah. He said, hey, well, I reached out before the season, said, hey, if you want to do any podcast Q&As, let me know. And here we are, doing a few at the end of the season here. And yeah, it's been great, man. I mean, I always
exciting Oreos. Oh, that's a good one. Oh my God!
Do the different flavors. I don't like eating on stream, but I like.
We can do the white wine though.
The wine's
excited
fine
for that one.
Yeah, we'll do the wines.
I'm excited. Here, let's do this. You know what we'll set up for? Let's lock this in right now. We'll do this podcast the day the NFL schedule comes out. That's when we'll do it.
All right.
The day the NFL schedule comes back.
Yeah, we'll do like I normally go live and we look at the schedule.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm saying let's do it. We'll do it.
React to
Mark this in. This is when we're going to do our wine tasting live stream is when the schedule comes out. We will react and we'll have wine.
That's
wine
it.
night. Wine down. That's what it's going to be.
Hey, we have Show Me Football. That's Josh Fan, if you're familiar with that name. He said, shout out to C-Dot, longtime listener since high school, and I reference you all the time on my channel. Love this duo of you and Cole. Dude, let's freaking go, man. No, I appreciate Josh.
You know what I'm starting to get? I remember this like it just happened. I remember the first day I met Nick Wright. I'll tell you the story.
Yeah.
So I think I've told you some of it. Like I sent an email to 610 and 810. I had like an interview with 610 or whatever. The program director told me that he was like, hey, come up here at 8:30. You got the internship. This is when Nick was doing 9 to 11, right? I remember I went out. This is when, like, you know, you really like wanted to get a nice shirt, but you didn't have a lot of money. You would go to like TJ Maxx.
Oh, yeah.
So I got like this like nice polo shirt.
Let's go. TJ
I ended
Maxx.
up like, so I ended up like buying this, and I ended up meeting. That was the first day I met Nick Wright. The next day I met Nick Wright. That's when I met him.
In that polo?
I went up to TJ Maxx. I bought a black with a little red horsey polo. That was the first day.
I like how you remember that.
Yeah, no, that was the first day. That was the first day I met him. So the reason I'm telling you that story is, and I remember how old I was, and I was like, oh man, that's Nick Wright, you know, when I met him. And now when people like intern or like come up there and like start working, and then they say like, oh man, I've been listening to you since I was in high school. It's like, I'm the old guy now. Like I'm the OG. I don't like that. It makes me feel away because I wasn't too far removed from high school when I started working up there.
How long have you been doing your own show on the radio?
That's a good question. We did 9 to 11 for a little bit. I probably have to look. Maybe like 2013. Maybe we started doing 9 to 11. And then in 2014 we started doing afternoons.
Okay.
Because I know
it's like 10 years.
Yeah, I know for a fact we were still doing 9 to 11 whenever the Chiefs traded for Alex Smith. I remember that pretty clearly. I remember that. And then we got moved up kind of after that. So, yeah, ever since then. Yeah.
It's 2 to 6. This shows my ignorance of sports radio, just because I grew up literally listening to either podcasts or YouTube. Is 2 to 6 kind of the premier slot? Is that like...
Either that or morning, like coming or going. Like you're either driving to work or coming home from work. Yeah, that's kind of the... I remember... This is a real career story. When we first got offered afternoons, I didn't want to take the job. I was like 26, I think, when I got offered, maybe even younger than that. And I was thinking, man, if this doesn't work out, what else am I going to do? Like, there's no more, like, you know what I mean? I was like, hey, we're doing really good in middays with not a lot of pressure. And just everybody, I'll never forget, and we can get back to Chiefs questions. I'll never forget somebody, when I was very much on the fence about taking the job, somebody said something that changed my life. They said, would you rather do that or work at Home Depot? Because nobody asked the person at Home Depot what they think about anything. And I was like, damn, that's a good point. It just like blew my mind. Like, no disrespect to anybody that works there. It was like, this is what you signed up for. Like, you want people to like know what you think about certain things. Like, it comes with, you know, certain negatives, but, you know, there's obviously positives that come with it too. So it was one of those things like, oh, wow, that's a...
They might ask you what you think at Home Depot. What do you think of this paint color?
Yeah. That's what he said. Like, he said it was like so matter of fact. Like, nobody asked the person that works at Home Depot what they think about anything. And it's just like, oh, wow. I'm telling you, it was like an eye-opening moment.
All right, so you interview quite a bit and talk with Nate Taylor of The Athletic quite a bit.
He's coming on Friday.
Awesome, yeah. So my wife was at Home Depot one day getting a door. This door to the basement. We got a solid wood door, and we got like acoustic treatment for like a studio setup to help block the noise so I can scream on stream and during games and like the kids don't wake up.
Yeah, for sure.
She goes, my wife was at Home Depot. She texts me, do you know who Nate Taylor is? I say, yeah, I know who Nate Taylor is. I was like, I don't think he knows who I am, but I know who Nate Taylor is. She said, well, his dad is helping us buy this door. So anyway,
I've met his dad before. He's a really good guy.
She said he was the nicest guy she ever met.
Yeah, he is really cool.
So I've never met Nate Taylor, but my wife has met Nate Taylor's dad. So shout out to Nate Taylor's dad at Home Depot.
If
Said
you
it
ever
hooked
want to
him
meet
up with
Nate
the door.
Taylor, I can help you. I know Nate Taylor very well. If you want to meet Nate Taylor, that's my guy.
Yeah, man. I don't subscribe to a lot of stuff, but I do pay for The Athletic because I support his work and a couple other like Substacks. But yeah, I mean he does really good work.
Yeah, I'm probably, I guess, in the media, I'm probably the closest with him and Pete Sweeney.
Yeah, Pete's great, man.
Yeah, Pete's my guy. So yeah, those two. Yeah.
Heck yeah. But much respect to both of those guys. They've been putting work in for a long time. Casey Lyon with the 2 said D-Hop legacy game and then he retires.
No, let me ask you this. This is actually a Chiefs-related question.
Okay.
Who do you think gets Tyser's job?
Ooh, with ESPN?
Yeah, who do you think gets Tyser's job? I have my theory. I'm curious who you think gets Tyser's job.
I mean, I don't know. You know more than I do, but I would assume they backfill him with another ESPN guy.
I don't know.
Maybe it's what about Briscoe?
I can see that.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like people that.
I don't think Nate would. I haven't honestly have not asked Nate. I would tell you if I asked him.
Is there any perks of having that one over?
This is who I think it is. I think it's either going to be Jesse Newell or Pete. To me, they make the most sense. Pete makes the most sense. He knows the team obviously very well, carries the credibility. Pete is good to go on your podcast, would be really good on television. I think that Pete makes a lot of sense in taking that next step and going from SB Nation to essentially being what Brooke Pryor is. Like you've seen, like Brooke Pryor, she's on ESPN a lot. Like she is
a good step for him.
100%,
Yeah,
100%.
Okay, that's interesting with the thought of the conglomerate of ESPN and what they have to offer. Like once you get in the door with ESPN, like you never really know.
You can't ignore anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because I know Adam Teicher is retiring after this year, long time. But Casey Lyon with the 2 said D-Hop legacy game and then he retires. I mean, I don't know if there's a legacy game in that. I mean, if he catches a few passes for 40, 50
legacy game. Like how many yards do you need for a legacy game?
I don't know, but if he has a few catches for 40 yards,
a few catches for 40 yards
and a touchdown,
in a legacy game. That's
a Super Bowl game, though. I think I don't know, like he's going to be your 3rd or 4th option out there running routes.
If you're telling me that you think D-Hop has 4 catches for 40 yards and a touchdown, sure, that is possible. If you're telling me a legacy game to me means you have at least 80 yards.
Okay. I don't know if he's getting that.
Yeah, no, that's a legacy game. You can't have. No one remembers your 37 yards. No one remembers that.
Hey, Sky Moore touchdown, Kadarius Toney touchdown. People remember that.
Okay.
Corn dog.
Well, they remember that because you haven't done anything else. That's why they remember it.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't remember.
D-Hop is way more accomplished than that.
I don't remember for anything else.
Jennifer said, "Give him the Tony lamp." I don't even know if I still have that thing. We used to have this Kadarius Toney lamp. Bro.
I was here when you done that. I've seen the.
You see this on the screen? We got Tony in the corner, and then we used to have this Tony lamp right here. But like, you can't tell. It's on your head. He's on your head right now. But we used to put him on the lamp. I don't even think you can see what I'm seeing. You seeing the Tony lamp?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. But we used to put him. It was on that lamp. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was like a whole thing when we signed him. It was a Tony lamp. Jennifer with the 5 bob. Thank you. Daryl with the 20 months. Keep up the great work. You do great. Let's get this 3-peat. Heck yeah, Daryl. Thanks for the 20 months, man. Wesley with the 5.
I would be bad at this because I would just be yapping the whole time. Like you're like keeping it straight and like shouting people out. Well, I would just be yapping.
We gotta. So
what I like about doing it with you is the show that I do. It's just so structured. Like just with the
you've got probably got your slots before all the commercials.
Yeah, all so that. I guess to like go really inside radio here. So. You have to do so many minutes in a quarter hour in order for it to count for the ratings. So, we go from 0 to 12, 17 to 40, 45 to 55. And, just because of the medium, you're like constantly trying to move. You don't want to stay on one thing for too long. People turn, all those kind of things. Man, I like this. I can just sit back. Well, now I have a comfy chair. I didn't have a comfy chair before. I did not have a comfy chair. Man, I can just sit back. We can do this for as long as I want, as little as I want. I can drink Blue Moon while we do it. We answer questions. Oh, man, this is so good.
I drink beer during all the game streams.
So I'm looking at you. You're way more on point of this than I. I'm not on point with any of this. People are going by. They're sending money. I appreciate it. You're on top of it. I'm not. I'm just here to talk. I'm not here to do any work.
Nah, man.
You're doing work.
I'm just trying not to get the chats buried, or we'll be like flying through them.
I'm not here to work.
No, we're doing both. Hangout, talk Chiefs, and then most of these are Chiefs related. Wesley with the 5 said, isn't the problem that all offensive players are protected? Since CTE was discovered, the Chiefs have long offensive drives on primetime and big games. He must be going officiating a little bit there. Yeah, I mean, this league has changed. They're trying to protect the players, especially quarterbacks. That's part of it. And no metric out there is really showing that it's specifically Patrick Mahomes that's getting favored. You're just seeing the Chiefs on all the primetime stations, Christmas, Black Friday. They played every single day this week every single day of the week other than Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean,
you're seeing them in everything.
And they honestly can't play on Tuesday. It's protected by the CBA. So, yeah, no, that Chiefs are on TV. Yeah,
so I know you're not engaging in it, which is fine because the ref conversation's exhausting. But yeah, to your point, I mean, you're just seeing the Chiefs in everything.
Somebody said this is HBC after dark. That's funny to me.
HBC after dark. That's it, dude.
It's funny to me.
I mean, and the other thing, people's eyes just see what they want to see. We could see a call go a different team's way, but it's fine because it's them. It's not the Chiefs. Like, yeah, we know how it goes.
I mean, I'm with you. I think there's other things. I think as news has become more 24/7, you just have to fill the time, right? Like there's, like you have to talk about it for a certain amount of time. Where I think because there's so much, I think we've kind of lost the ability of how to talk about games. Like, how do the Chiefs win? How does this team win? Like, think about it. Like, I love basketball. I love baseball. We don't really talk about how teams win in basketball. Like, hey, there's a big game tonight between the Cavs and the Celtics. What do the Cavs need to do to win this game? Like, no one talks about that. Luka got traded. The trade deadline's coming up. The All-Star game, like, we only can really talk about, 10,000-foot view things. So that's what I think. And I also think that the goal of media always isn't to inform. Sometimes it is to create maybe a polarization is maybe the thing where there is so much noise, there's so much news that we all see a story and we're like, and we just move past it. That there are certain stories that get you to stop and everybody has an opinion on it. Like, I use this with famous people. There's so many famous people. But Kim Kardashian has got to the point, nobody is like, she's okay. You either love Kim, think she's beautiful, great businesswoman, or you're like, I'm sick of their failing, I never want to see him again. The Chiefs have kind of reached that level of celebrity. They've reached that level of pop culture. Nobody is about the Chiefs winning this game. You either want to see them do history or you want to see Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl crying, mad, I can't believe my boyfriend lost. Like, the Chiefs have reached just that level of celebrity, that kind of pop culture relevance that, very few things kind of get to.
It's really weird to see it just because I just remember seeing Mahomes when he started succeeding. Everybody was cheering him on. But, dude, I saw recently somebody from Barstool, I think is like a Giants fan. There was a post that kind of went viral on Twitter, but he was kind of just like, hey, I don't know why everyone's so pissed off at the Chiefs. He's like, I think dynasties are kind of cool. He's like, my team sure as hell is not doing anything. He's like, I'm going to root for the Chiefs to win the three-peat. The comments were insane. So it's like, he was just kind of saying like, I don't care. Like, if the Chiefs win, that's cool. Like, it's history. Nobody's ever done it. Nah, just what you said. You either love the Chiefs, which mostly it means you're Chiefs fans, or maybe you've been brought in through the TK Taylor Swift route, and now you're a Chiefs fan because of that. Whatever it is, you either just want to see the Chiefs win because you enjoy them, or you just hate them. Oh, the players are trashy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what are we talking about? Nobody's even saying anything. All the Chiefs fans or all the Chiefs players are just kind of like, yeah, man, we're just grateful to be here. Yeah. Credit to Andy Reid. Credit to the coaching, credit to the teammates. They're just enjoying it, and it's very divisive. It's very divisive.
And I just think that's just part of where we are. That's sports. That's celebrity. That's pop culture. That's just kind of how things are. That the Chiefs, I would say, the Chiefs have just crossed over. Like, your quarterback is a pop culture icon. Your tight end is pop culture, his girlfriend, his relationship. Like, once you get to that point, it just becomes about different things. And I think it's obviously good. It's good for talking points. I mean, the officiating conversation in itself is harmless. Like, what does it matter? Like, no one thinks I don't think people genuinely think the NFL is rigged. Do I think that the NFL shows favoritism? I think that's maybe like most things. Like I was making the point earlier on the show. I think that the league, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago, the league is so quarterback-centric that do I think the rules benefit quarterbacks? And like most people's job, I think there are calls that Patrick Mahomes will get thrown a flag for that Jameis Winston is not getting a flag for. Like one player is just better, more notoriety, a more important player. Yeah, but that's kind of every job. Like not everybody at every job doesn't get treated the same. As much as we think you should get treated the same, no, how valuable are you to the company? So, like, am I naive enough to think that the Chiefs get treated exactly the same as every other team? I mean, probably not, but I think it has been used in a way to kind of diminish the Chiefs and what they've accomplished. And I think it then removes all the responsibility from the other team. We talked about it last week. Buffalo had a chance to win the game. The officials did not take your opportunity away to win the game. We're not talking about this being the pass interference call from the NFC Championship game. It was 29-32. You had the ball with 4 minutes to go. Go score a touchdown. We're not arguing a controversial call happened on that drive. You had a chance to win. You didn't win the game. Like, what are we doing here? You didn't win. Houston, you missed 2 field goals. You missed an extra point. You lost the game. What are we arguing about? That's where I think the officiating conversation has just hijacked the conversation so much from it's just hijacked it from everywhere, where we are now taking the responsibility away from teams that Buffalo didn't make enough plays to win. Houston didn't make enough plays to win this game. We'll see if Philadelphia can make enough plays to win this game. Let's see what happens. But the first 2 teams they've played, they didn't do enough.
Yeah, and this is pretty interesting, too. You think of, in the Mahomes era in particular, how many games in the playoffs they've been home, which is like almost all of them except from last year.
All but 2.
When you go down and start breaking down the penalties, their opponents had more delay of games, more false starts. That's a home field advantage Arrowhead stat.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's just kind of statistically proven. Colin Cowherd talks about it. Like if you're home in the playoffs, the refs don't really want to get booed out of the stadium. Like, yeah, you're going to get a couple more calls here or there. The counter to that is win more games. Get the 1 seed. All you little cry asses out there complaining about the Chiefs getting calls. Win more games and get the 1 seed.
Cry ass is crazy.
Good God, man. Get the 1 seed. So anyway, that's an element of it too. Home field advantage. Yeah, there's some leniency for home teams. That's like kind of proven. It's not like, I don't think there's some grand conspiracy of like the refs are like, oh yeah, we're gonna make sure that the Chiefs win this game. I just think they're seasoned. They're able to overcome. I said, dropped a YouTube short today about the refs. The better teams overcome bad officiating.
100%.
That's it. You overcome it.
Yeah.
You overcome it. You get the job done.
We talk about it. Like you just overcome the adversity that's going to happen in the game. And if your team is not prepared to overcome adversity, you're not winning.
Yeah, 100%.
You're not winning.
100%. Tom with the 2 said, football movie, go back and watch North Dallas 40.
It's a good movie.
I haven't seen it.
It is good. It's old, though. It's from the 70s. It's basically like the premise of the movie is what a player does throughout the week to get ready to play on Sunday.
Okay.
And just like the mental, physical toll that it takes to like get your body back ready to play. It's actually a very, very unique movie. I like it. It's a good movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but I did enjoy it.
Russ with a 10.
Can I make this point really quickly too?
Yeah.
Like I hate the entire Chiefs are a villain. Like I don't know. Like Patrick Mahomes has been in the league for 7 years. The worst thing Patrick Mahomes has done in the league was the Buffalo game.
Yes, and they'll never let him forget that.
Yeah, 2 years ago, he came off like a crybaby. Like Patrick, a great quarterback. If you're about to go after the ref and you came off like a crybaby. If that's the worst thing you did, you're okay. For a superstar player, you've come out all right. Travis Kelce, what's the worst thing Kelce's done in his NFL career? Was it the back and forth with the official
threw the towel at the ref?
Yeah, in 2012, 2013. Like, I hate the term villain because to me, it then tries to lump the Chiefs and the Patriots in the same category when, like, wait, hold on. The Patriots, we know, videotaped practices. It's not an opinion this happened. We know that the Patriots had somebody go to the Rams practice and videotape it and studied it. That's how you become a villain. You become a villain because Aaron Hernandez killed somebody in college and also killed somebody while employed by the Patriots. That's how you become a villain. You remember we used to kind of joke about the headsets might not work when you're in that was like a running joke. It was so much of a joke that the league eventually had to change the rules where they had to say, well, hey, if your opponent's headset goes out, then you also can't use the headsets because they had a significant, that's cheating. So to then lump the Chiefs into the same category as that team, it's not, that's, what are we talking about here? The Chiefs haven't done anything. Their tight end minds their business. The quarterback minds their business. Their best defensive player minds their business. They're normal. I don't like the whole they're a villain. I just hate it. It's stupid to me.
Deflategate, Spygate. Pick your poison with that. Like legitimate reasons to actually hate that.
Their owner might have been Justin Tucker. He might have been. We got real evidence to believe that he maybe was Justin Tucker. I'm not making that up. Y'all know he was out here being Mr. Nasty. What, then the Chiefs are the villains?
Yeah, Mahomes basically said in his presser, he's like,
you know this is true.
Mahomes just said, we just want to win. So if that makes us a villain, then okay, I guess. We're just here to win games. Did you see the guy trolling?
I'm still thinking about the owner. Just sick. Oh, nasty.
Bro, that Justin Tucker stuff's
nasty man.
That's not looking good, bro.
Ain't nobody, just nasty.
You see the guy who somehow got into the presser and asked Mahomes and Kelce about the refs? You see that?
It's not that hard to get credential for media day.
That's why I'm like he was a reporter.
Yeah,
he had a failed radio show after 5 months.
For real, he did?
Yeah, I checked his account on Twitter. He was he got a radio show going, and he's probably done more than this, but in like May of 2024.
Getting credentialed is very easy. For that, it's very easy.
November, it was
There's some things you can't get, like you can't go to the like Super Bowl, like obviously, but like media,
inside.
Yeah, like media day, I could get you credentialed and just, oh, hey, you know what I mean? It's not that hard. So like it doesn't, like that's kind of why it's the circus, because anybody can do it, but.
What the heck? Terry Berkey with the 4 10 bombs in a row. 10 bomb, 10 bomb, 10 bomb, 10 bomb. Thank you. Casey Lyon with the 2. Thank you. Lyon with the 10. Thank you. What the heck?
She heard about Robert Kraft and he was motivated.
This is unrelated.
She heard that Robert Kraft joke.
Rust with the 10 said Taylor Swift seems great unless you're a Toby Keith. Yeah, I didn't understand that at all, but I am not a big pop culture guy.
Like Toby Keith? What kind of music do you listen to?
I don't really listen to music, but if I did, it would be hip hop.
What do you listen to in the car?
I don't drive.
Okay, my bad.
I mean, I'll drive with the fam, but like, we're going to dinner, so we're just talking.
Okay.
I work here, dude. So like, you drive to work. So I work from here. I go on walks. I listen to podcasts, but it would be hip hop if I'm gonna choose a genre.
No, I got you.
I grew up on AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Van Halen, all that with my dad.
What was the last concert you went to?
Oh, dude, it's been so long. I couldn't even tell you.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah.
I really think
maybe that first concert that I told you about when I was a kid. I'm kind of weird. I'm super introverted. Like, obviously it translates on camera. I can converse. I don't do well with crowds. Like, I try to go to one Chiefs game a year. It's been a couple years though, but that's a lot, dude. That's so many people. Yeah, I don't like crowds. I don't. It's just uncomfortable.
I went to a concert on Friday. I just was wondering.
Who did you see?
I saw Mariah Carey.
Oh, was that good?
It was fine. It's kind of like, I mean, she's in her mid-50s. She ain't really doing a lot of dancing. You know, it's cool. I mean, I've seen better concerts, but I was happy I got a chance to see her. It was cool. It was a good show.
Mariah Carey. I haven't seen her live. I have not. I guess I wouldn't be opposed if my wife was like, I want to go. I'd be like, all right.
Are you going to see Beyonce?
No. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed, but I didn't even. She's coming to KC?
I figured you weren't going. I was messing with you.
She coming to KC?
No, she is not coming to Kansas City. She was here a couple years ago, though. She was here the Sunday Night Football game. That's when I always remember this. That's when I realized that maybe. Well, no, actually, that wasn't it. I was still kind of thinking that the Travis and Taylor was fake. I was kind of thinking it was still fake then. Because remember, it was on Sunday Night Football, and they were like promoting that she was going to be at the game. And I'm like, that's kind of weird to me. She randomly popped up for the Bears game, and then they're now promoting, oh, see, Taylor Swift watched the game. I'm like, oh, this is fake. Like, you're not getting this by me. And then it became kind of real. Like, then I think she came to like the Broncos Thursday night game. Like, oh yeah, y'all dating. You don't just randomly show up. You don't randomly show up to watch Russell Wilson play quarterback. You love this man if you're watching Russell Wilson play quarterback. That's when I realized it was real.
That's insane. Darrell with the 5 said Ed Kelce said she's the girl next door because she was raised that way.
Shout out to Ed Kelce.
I don't even know what that means. Is that like friendly?
No, yeah,
the girl next door.
Shout out to Ed. That's all I know. Shout out to Ed.
Lincoln with the 5. Folks are gonna. I said folks because he's spelled like that. Folks are gonna be sick, literally ill, once the 4-peat discussion starts. We gotta beat the Eagles first. We gotta beat the Eagles first.
Sick now.
Oh, they are furious, man. It's insane and like just everywhere on social. It's bad. Tom with the 2. Did you get the media night sweatshirt? I did not. Did you?
I didn't get one. No.
It said XL sold out.
I actually don't have any Chiefs apparel.
You don't own a single, you don't own like a single Chiefs something?
I don't have a Chiefs anything, no.
Wait, why? Is that is there a reason? Is it like a thing?
No, I don't really have much Royals stuff. I have 2 Royals things. I bought 2 hoodies when they went to the World Series. I just don't really have a lot of like team apparel.
You don't have a Chiefs shirt, Chiefs jacket, nothing?
No.
Jersey?
I don't have anybody's jersey. No, I don't have any jerseys. No, I'm just now thinking out loud. No, I don't have any of those things.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's fine.
I don't even have I have like more Mizzou stuff than anything, but I don't have like, a lot. I don't have a lot of Mizzou stuff.
I think it's just because I grew up and my parents like as a baby like threw me in Chiefs gear. Like I had baby pictures basically with Chiefs gear, and they just always wore Chiefs shirts.
Yeah, no one in my family really are Chiefs fans. I think my people likes the Chiefs just because like you live in Kansas City, but like I wouldn't say that many people in my family are Chiefs fans.
You probably don't care. You want a signed jersey so you can have a piece of Chiefs gear?
I actually at some point in life I do want to ask Patrick to sign something for me. Just like you come on the show for so long, I would like to have it.
That'd be cool.
I will ask him at some point in life, but I have not asked him yet.
Not one single piece of Chiefs gear is kind of crazy. Like I understand if you're like I don't want to because I don't wear bright red, so like my Chiefs gear is like black. Yeah. I got like that's
I don't
Mahomes
have
with the Lynn Dawson.
I don't have. There's not a single thing in my home that is Chiefs themed.
We might have to change that.
The Royals things, I have a handful of Royals things. I have
1 Royals shirt.
I have 2 hoodies from when they did it. I went to
World Series.
I went to every playoff game in 14 and 15, and they were giving towels out. So I have a towel. I have like every towel that they gave out. So that's like kind of cool. Like I went to all the games.
Yeah.
And I actually got Mike Moustakas to sign. That's like the one time I've ever asked an athlete to sign anything. I have Mike Moustakas sign the SI cover that they when they won the World Series. I just was like, hey, can you sign this for me? And it was
All right. Okay.
You want me to tell you my Mike Moustakas story?
Sure.
I have a Mike Moustakas story. I think you guys will like this story. I ended up, I don't even know how this happened. It was very random. I went to the 42 premiere, the Jackie Robinson movie, and it was me. I don't even know if it's a date. I went on with Kelly Jones from KCTV5. Some of you remember who she was. And it was us 2 and literally the entire Royals team. It's just us. It was like open bar. I'm not joking. This is a true story. So we're taking shots, we're drinking, we're all having a good time. Mike Moustakas and his wife, or I guess she's his fiance, now they're married. He comes up to me and like, hey Carrington, I have to ask you a question. Yeah, sure. What's your question? He says, I want to wear a top hat during our wedding, but my wife thinks it's stupid. What do you think? And I said, at some point, you're going to have to explain to your kids why you're dressed like the Monopoly guy. and his wife just died laughing and said, "Thank you." And then they walked off. That is my Mike Moustakas. That's the only Mike Moustakas story I have. I have the one.
I bet you $100 he didn't wear a top hat at his wedding.
I don't know if he wore the top hat.
I bet you $100 he did
but
not.
I'm telling you, that happened at, for those of you that live in Kansas City, this was at the Berry Woods movie theater, the one up north. Yeah, that's what happened. That's my Mike Moustakas story.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he didn't wear a top hat. So this is switching gears back to the Chiefs. Billy Goat with the 2 said odds that the quarter of the game Dickerson leaves due to injury. Is he 100%? He's not 100%.
No, he's not.
You got to watch him in the 3rd and 4th quarter with the knee, but he's probably going to play through it. We'll see though. But yeah, that's an interior piece, one of your guards. So we'll see. But Terry, thanks again for all the 10 bombs as well. Casey Lyon with the 10. We remember Hardman's touchdown and his reaction when he realized he just won the Super Bowl. LOL. D-Hop's legacy game would be 4 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown in a crucial moment for his first Super Bowl win. That's what I'm hoping. If he does that, that's incredible. I mean, the only way I could see that happening is just all the zone coverage they run. Kelce gets all the attention. You're able to scheme him open a little bit, and D-Hop just has a couple crucial catches. I guess I wouldn't rule it out. I'm not going to put money on it, but I wouldn't rule it out completely. Marcus with the 2. I have a 15 card I want Patrick Mahomes to sign. Well, that guy gets followed around by security, so I don't know how you're going to get Mahomes to sign anything.
I mean, there's a couple places you probably could get him to do it, but it would take a little bit of work.
Ever tell
you bet him at the
I met him at his gala.
Yeah, the gala. He's pretty cool. Does he sign stuff there?
No,
he doesn't.
He took I didn't even know I was going to meet him, and he just walks out. And then everybody got in line for a picture, and I was like, okay.
If you spend the amount of money it takes to go to there, he should take a picture with you.
So I got invited by Chiefs VIDS. Dude, I shared my recap of the event. I did like a 60-second recap.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, comments were roasting me. I think it was just like trolls. Because they're like, that's what you do with your hard-earned money from people that... And I'm like, I was like, I got invited. Yeah. I was like, I got invited by Chiefs VIDS. They said, do you want to go? We got a ticket.
Yeah, and the money goes to charity.
Yeah, I was like, and I got something. It's right here. It's like that Mahomes little glass piece right there. It was like several $100s, but it was towards his charity. So I was like,
bought that for you?
No, I bought it myself.
That was his gift?
Bro, and that's how you know I don't rob banks.
My brother Cole, I got this for you.
That's how you know I don't rob banks. I don't even leave the house.
My bad.
The only conversation I ever had with Chiefsaholic was just a random Twitter DM. He's like, hey, I listen to your shows, your videos. I like them. I listen to them on my lunch breaks. Well, since he didn't work and he robbed banks, I was like, did he listen to my videos in between banks?
Yo, telling lies about lunch breaks is crazy.
Dude, he was really trying.
How wild you got to be to make up a lunch break story?
Well, because he said he managed warehouses. And
I'm just saying he didn't say he listened in the car. Like, you didn't have
he said
to
on my lunch break.
You didn't have to say I listen at home. You could have said I listen in the car. He said I listen on my lunch breaks. Bro, you ain't got no job. You listen on lunch breaks. It's crazy.
That was pretty great. That's the only time I really talked to him in the DMs.
Man, that man created a whole hard hat story
on his lunch breaks.
He really did. That's crazy. He said I used to listen on my lunch breaks. Is crazy.
I was like, dude, thank you, man.
You too. That was a real compliment.
I was like, thanks, dude.
You were, yeah.
I get the random people that say they listen to my stuff. Like, you just never know. Did I ever tell you about the time? Did I tell you, was this last stream? Did I tell you when Mahomes followed me? Did I tell you that?
Yeah, you did tell me the story. He followed you for a little bit.
Followed me for 5 minutes.
He could have kept following you, though. That's crazy.
He's like, man, I'm not going to lie. I didn't mean to follow you. I was like, dang. I was like, it's all good. Unfollow. That was pretty quick.
I would actually like to talk to Chiefsaholic and find out, hey, what made you decide to rob this bank? Like, what kind of work goes into it? Like, you got to do a little bit
like the screening, the pre-screening.
Honestly, what really tripped me out is think about every movie that you have ever seen about robbing a bank. Nobody ever robs a bank by themselves. You've never seen a movie where one individual robs a bank. It's always a team of people. It's somebody outside driving. It's something, right?
Look out.
You think about any movie you've ever seen with the bank robbery. He did this by himself. Just, hey, I'm going to go to Des Moines, Iowa. Give me all your money. What?
Well, he was driving to a Chiefs game on his way there.
I guess.
Then he rode off on a bicycle. He got arrested on a bike, dude. He was pedaling.
No, I saw it. Rested on a bike.
Crazy, man.
Why did you stay hit like? I don't want to get into it. It's just
we did a couple streams ago.
I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, they don't know where you are, but it's 70 degrees outside and you're wearing a coat and you're riding a bike. Just stay in the woods. Just stay in the woods. That's it. Stay in the woods. You're stupid.
I so badly wanted him to actually. Again, I didn't want him to rob banks, but I wanted him to actually wear. When I found out he robbed all those banks,
wanted him to be in a costume.
I was like, bro, please tell me he was in his wolf mask. Like, just please tell me. No, he wasn't. He wasn't, and he's in prison for a long time. Somebody came up to me. I went to church with my wife on Sunday, and this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, man, were you in that Chiefsaholic documentary?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, that guy was weird."
He was very weird.
That guy was weird. Shifting back to the Super Bowl. What are your final thoughts on the game, and what's your score prediction?
We always look for things. I have to show you what I want to my little closing little.
Well, we don't have to get off, but I just think Super Bowl chat, Eagles,
I'm happy,
and then we can kind of go on to whatever.
Why don't people fill it up with questions?
Yeah, any questions you have about the game?
Yeah, we'll answer your questions at 10:30. Why don't we do that? We'll answer questions at 10:30.
Yeah, I think we're pretty close to caught up. We still have 750 in here.
So tell people right now to put some questions in, and by 10:30 we'll answer your question. That's 8 minutes from now.
Yeah.
What'd you ask me about how the Chiefs? Who am I picking? Why the game?
Yeah, just thoughts. Since we're another week removed from last Tuesday, kind of where are your thoughts? Where are you sitting on the Super Bowl? I know you have the Chiefs winning. Maybe a factor is health, but what are your thoughts on this game and just how you're feeling right now?
As we talked about a little bit, I think that Philadelphia is very, very good. I don't want to diminish how good they are in this game. They've only really been outplayed one time. Talking about a team with a great offensive line, great running backs, 2 high-end wide receivers, a very capable tight end, one of the 5 best defenses in the league. They're a very, very good team. I think the advantage for Kansas City is I think the Chiefs have played teams like the Eagles. I don't think the Eagles have played a team like the Chiefs. I think that matters too. I mentioned this. This was actually the lead on Monday. So the first thing for the week is I think the last time this game was a lot about off the field stuff. It was about Reid going up against his former team. It was about Kelce and the family and all those kind of things. Like, it was much more about all of those things. This time, I think it's about history on both sides. With the Chiefs, about the three-peat, obviously. Like, we talked about it. Can you do, this is the difference in being, there's been 5 dynasties in league history. I guess maybe you can argue 6, the Packers in the 60s. But every decade has kind of had a dynasty. Packers in the 60s, Steelers in the 70s, Niners of the 80s, Cowboys, Patriots, right? This is the dynasty. You can either be one of the greatest dynasties or be the greatest dynasty. If the Chiefs win on Sunday, it is unquestioned to me. This is the greatest run in the history of the NFL. They have been to 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls, and they've won 4 of them. You know what I mean? Yes.
That's insane.
You know what I mean? And you won 3 in a row, which nobody's ever done. It is not a debate. It's not a question anymore. You are number 1 on the list. So that's the part. And for the Eagles, if Saquon Barkley and the Eagles win this game, he is going to the Hall of Fame. It's that simple to me. He has put together the greatest season we've ever seen from a running back. He's 29 yards off the record. This will be like Terrell Davis. If the Eagles win the Super Bowl and Saquon Barkley says, "I'm done playing football, I'm retired," I would say that Saquon Barkley is a Hall of Famer. He was one of the 5 best of his generation, and he was the best player on a Super Bowl team. That guy goes in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. I know he doesn't have the accolades that some other people do. I watched the guy play. He's
insane. He
has the greatest run I've seen since Barry Sanders. That run from earlier this year when he jumped backwards, I've never seen a human being do. I've never seen that. I can't even explain how incredible
backwards hurdle over a grown man.
And it wasn't even just that.
Imagine being that guy.
It was the sequence. It was juke, spin, jump backwards, and if he didn't get tackled, he still had his balance and was going to turn and keep running. I'm sitting there like, you're not a human being. How are you doing this? You're something different. So that's what I think this game is about. I am picking the Chiefs to win. We talked about earlier why I'm picking them to win. I think they're the better team. I think it's just that simple. And if we obviously can't predict turnovers, if this game is going to be played clean, then I'm picking the Chiefs. I pick the Chiefs against any team, maybe this side of the 07 Patriots. If you're telling me no turnovers will happen, the Chiefs will play their best, the Eagles will play their best, the Chiefs win that game. Can the Eagles win the turnover differential? You probably got to win it by +2 in order to beat Kansas City. Not +1. You need to be +2 in the turnover differential if you're going to beat Kansas City, and Saquon needs to be special.
Definitely a key. They played the Bills, who had the best turnover differential in the NFL, +24, something insane.
Yeah.
Eagles are like +12, +13.
Yeah, normal. That's what they're normal.
It's still top 10-ish, but so great. But yeah, you win the turnover battle. I also put this on to coaching, game plan, and just execution under the bright lights. The Chiefs have been there. They've done that. And then special teams. Can Nico Remigio, who had the longest punt and longest kick return in the playoffs this year, can he take advantage and set the Chiefs up with some decent field position? Also, the kickers. Their kicker, what's his name again? Is it Jake Elliott?
Jake Elliott, yep.
Jake Elliott's been fine in the playoffs, but this season he's struggled. Go look at his stats in the longer field goals. Somebody told me, I told you this last week, an Eagles fan said, I'm picking the Chiefs to win because I believe if it falls down to special teams, the Chiefs are going to win because I trust Harrison Butker more than I trust Jake Elliott. So just when you're thinking of this game, it's not just Saquon. It's not just Mahomes. It's all phases of the game. Can you execute? Can you take advantage of it? And when I look at it from a roundabout perspective, coaching, offense, defense, special teams, I'm going to roll with the Chiefs. Do you have a score prediction that you're thinking of?
I haven't thought that far
ahead,
honestly.
I initially said...
I probably would just go with what I normally do, 27-24. I feel like that's the right thing to go. Like,
so I said last week.
27-24 is always a good score. I'd probably go with that.
I said 31-27, but the more I think about it, I'm like, it really could be a bit lower scoring game. Just the way these offenses move the ball, and like it'll be like a Buffalo style game. Long, calculated drives, hopefully, because that means Saquon's not going 75 yards to the house. Yeah, it's much respect, man. It's much respect to the Eagles. They made it here for a reason. We talked about how good Sirianni has done, how good of a job he's done, Howie Roseman. You know, there's a lot of respect to that team there, and they're there for a reason.
I got another toss-up question. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you think the higher number is? Eagles tush push or Isaiah Pacheco carries? Just the tush push.
Yeah. I might go... I mean, if I'm thinking Pacheco's going to carry the ball 5 to 7 times, do I think the Eagles are going to have 5 to 7 tush pushes?
I mean,
that's close.
We saw Buffalo did it 5 times.
They did.
But Buffalo ran 5 tush pushes.
I think that, yeah, we'll have to go with the higher on the Eagles tush push.
The brotherly shove. I'll take the Eagles too.
I think so. I mean, maybe there's something game plan specific we're not seeing that the Chiefs coaching staff sees, and they use Pacheco a little bit more for than we think. But I haven't seen anything to show me that when you're looking at a rested Kareem Hunt with the vision, his ability to force missed tackles. Like, I'm going with Kareem. I think that's what they do as well. So, yeah, that's insane. We said Taylor Swift sightings and tush pushes.
I'm just asking, where you at? Yeah.
Probably taking the higher on both of those, I guess. I mean, that's not a disrespect thing to Pacheco either. I just think he's not the same.
Which one would you take? Would you take more times Taylor Swift is shown or more times we see the tush push?
I mean, if they're going to tush push 7 times, that might be one. That might be 1 or 2 more times.
I don't think they're showing Taylor 7 times. Yeah, I don't think they're showing Taylor 7 times. I'm with you.
This is an interesting thing we haven't talked about. It's on the same vein of the game. Crimson Root with the 5, appreciate that, said, I've never cared about an announcer decision ever, but Brady, honestly think it might take away from my enjoyment a little.
I think Brady's been fine. I like Greg Olsen more than I like Brady. I think Brady has definitely gotten better as the season has progressed. I think what has kind of hurt the broadcasters today, and this is just like any job, is, most jobs, you work your way up, right? If you're a broadcaster, you start calling high school games, and then you start calling college games, and then you get, low-level NFL games. Like, for your first broadcasting job to be the number one announcer on Fox. Like, there's going to be some learning curve when that happens. That I think Brady kind of went through that early. I did not think Brady was good early in the season. He's definitely gotten better. He's improved. Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Oh, somebody asked the question, will the Super Bowl be on Tubi? Yes, it will be on Tubi. That's the thing about Tubi people don't know. Tubi's like owned by a major company. Like, yeah, no, it will be on Tubi.
I don't even know what that is. Can't lie to you.
It's like a free streaming service.
Okay.
So yeah, no, you can stream it for free.
Jack Hates Sports with the 5 said, unrelated, but shout out to the legend drinking Blue Moon. And my wife brought this home today and said, this is for you and Carrington on the live stream. So
she's a very nice, helpful, and supporting human being.
Well, the first time
I've only met her a handful of times, but I got the sense when I met her the first time, she genuinely felt bad that she didn't have any drinks.
She didn't sleep.
She
couldn't sleep.
I could see it in her spirit. I could see it on her spirit that she felt bad about it. And I don't want to come off like I'm some diva, like I need a lot. I just said, can you either get me Sprite or a Boulevard Wheat? That's it. I don't need anything else. I don't ask for any food. I come in here. I come right downstairs. I don't bother anybody. And the last 2 times, she got us Boulevard Wheat, and she also got us Blue Moon. So special thanks to her.
Well, I felt bad because the first time you came, we had Tank 7 and water, and you're I was like,
I don't want either.
You said, you got anything else? I said, no, and you're like, I'm good. I said, we got almond milk.
They didn't have a lemonade. They didn't have any. They didn't have nothing.
I said, we got almond milk, but not that I drink. Who drinks almond milk? I don't know. Chief DeLorean with the 5 gifted. Dude, thank you so much. To go back to the Brady thing real quick, I feel like he has gotten better. I just think people still care because it's who it is.
Oh, 100%.
The previous dynasty, the guy they used to hate, the guy that used to beat the Chiefs a lot, the guy that did beat Mahomes in the AFC Championship in 2018. And yeah, there were some wild plays that happened in that game. And then Super Bowl 55. So I think, like, my dad, every time, he's like, I freaking can't stand his voice. I'm like, well, what's he doing wrong in your eyes? He's like, nothing. I just can't, I can't stand his voice. I'm like, well, I just think that's it's Chiefs fans projecting a little bit because we don't like Brady beat the Chiefs a lot. So,
yeah, and I mean, I would also say now at this point, it sounds crazy to say, other than Vince Lombardi, there's no person more associated with that game than Tom Brady. Think about it.
Yeah.
There have been 59 Super Bowls. Tom Brady has played in 10 of them and is now calling one of them. Like, think about that. Like, so if you're our age, like, what's the first Super Bowl you really remember? Like, you remember, I remember. Because, like, I would say for me, it's probably Broncos-Packers. That I'm saying is, like,
one of the Packers games.
I remember
yeah.
it. Like, I remember a little bit Niners, Chargers, but, like, I remember the season. I remember the game. I remember why I was watching it. It's probably that one.
What year did they Packers house the opening kickoff?
That was that one. Yeah, that was that one.
That's the first one I remember.
Yeah, that's the one I vividly remember.
Yep.
So I mean, so like, if that's the case, then if we look it up, that means you've seen, 27 Super Bowls, whatever.
Brady's been in 10 of them.
Brady's been in 10 of them. You know what I mean? So basically, every other year,
35%.
Every other year, Brady is in this game. So just like we've probably spent more time with Brady than any player in NFL history. So to me, it's very fitting that he's calling this game. And I actually think if the Chiefs win, Brady has to be the one to hand the trophy to Mahomes. I think he has to.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's cool. Like from a television standpoint.
Yeah.
He has to be the one to hand him the award.
That'd be pretty cool.
You've won this trophy more than anybody else. And you are now handing this to the quarterback who has done something that no other quarterback has done. You can't have Kevin Burkhardt hand him that. You're there.
Yeah.
Fox is giving you $40 million for this moment right here for you to hand the trophy to Patrick Mahomes. He has to do it.
Well, and Chiefs haters aren't going to like it, but Tom Brady's going to literally talk up Mahomes the entire game. He's going to say nice things about Mahomes all game long. Somebody in chat said, it's not business, it's personal. Well, you're 16 years old probably, Lord Vaughn. But he said, who have the Chiefs blown out? LOL. Y'all scored over 31. So the Lions blew a lot of teams out. They're in Cancun. The Bills blew a lot of teams out there in Cancun. I do not give a how many teams anybody is blown out, because when it gets to the playoffs, it's single round elimination and it doesn't matter. So it's much respect to the Eagles. I think they're a good team, but you got to get off your high horse, brother. It doesn't matter.
All right, you know what?
Blowouts don't matter.
All right.
Not now.
I actually have to do TV in the morning, so
Let's
know
do it.
what?
Yes, sir.
I will ask one question, and then I would like to watch some of these videos with you just to get your opinion.
have a couple questions we'll catch up on here.
Let's do those first. Let's do those first.
Well,
let's do those first, and I'll start sending you these videos I want to watch.
Well, Dame the Dude just dropped the 2-bomb. First ever super on a stream, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, Crimson, thanks for the 5. Marcus with the 2 said, St. Joe training camp is a plan. You're going to go? Oh, you're going to try to get him to sign the Mahomes card at training camp. Yeah, go on QB day. You might be able to. That's going to be tough. And then Dame with the 10. You don't own any Chiefs gear, but who's Pacheco? No, so I own. This is my house.
Yeah,
this is my house. I own Chiefs gear.
That's crazy. They're trying to put your stuff on me.
No, so I got all kinds of stuff. We got Mahomes jersey there. We got Kelce, Bolton, Rice, Pacheco, Okoye, Jones. We got a Tony Gonzalez helmet, an Andy Reid signed football, an Isaiah Pacheco helmet. We got a lot here. Carrington, though, he doesn't own any Chiefs gear.
I don't have any Chiefs gear.
We have to fix that. That is a problem.
I got to be a better human being.
That is a problem. But thank you for the 10. I got Chiefs gear. Okay, I got Chiefs gear. Leah Standen with the 5 C
I would hope so. How about those Chiefs?
Got to.
If you don't have Chiefs gear, then what are we doing here? You gotta rebrand, brother.
Where's your Chiefs gear?
You gotta rebrand.
You should see the studio when I first started. There was nothing in here.
That's crazy.
I had gear, but it wasn't hung up. Leah Standen with the 5 C dot. Very amused to learn I'm not the only one without Chiefs gear. I do have a Mahomes plushie, however. I don't know. Is that the little like squishy doll?
Yeah, maybe.
Something like that.
I'm listening, guys. I'm sitting cold. I want to. Every time we always end the thing with watching videos that I'm.
We're gonna watch some videos.
I have to show you these. These warm my heart so much.
Spezia Poet with the 50 bomb. Whoa! 50 bomb said some fun facts. It's been 26 years since a rushing leader won the Super Bowl. What? You hear that?
Yeah, probably since
26 years since a rushing leader won the Super Bowl.
I'm going to guess Jamal Lewis. That's what I'm going to guess.
I don't know. We'd have to look that up because they don't say.
I'm going to guess Jamal Lewis. That makes the most sense to me.
A 3-ring wearing QB hasn't lost in a Super Bowl since Eli beat Brady. The team that practices closer to their first ever win, or their first win ever, is undefeated. That history and weird on KC. The team that practices closer to their first win ever is undefeated?
I've seen weird stats like that.
That's a crazy one.
It's too much. All right, I've sent you like a handful of these. I can't wait to watch them.
But these are
I'm
good.
paying attention, I promise.
No, you're good. Spezia with the 50 bomb. A 3-ring wearing QB hasn't lost in a Super Bowl since Eli. Is that a Spags? Spags broke it, man. Spags broke it.
Yeah, he did.
It's been 26 years since a rushing leader won the Super Bowl. Well, if that helps me, because that means it's hopefully going to be 27 years, because I would assume Saquon Barkley leads the game. It's empty. Sorry. I would assume Saquon leads the game in rushing yards. Like, who's going to have more?
Yeah, no.
Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, Saquon's going to have the most rushing yards. He's going to get the most opportunities.
So, no, those are good.
All right, I'm ready.
It's empty. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you almost had a party
foul. He said, don't spill the... Right. It's empty.
All right, I can't stay till super late like normal before. All right, I have one final question, and then I would like to watch these videos. They just warm my heart. And I want to make sure they warm your heart, too, because I could literally watch them all day.
Heck yeah.
What would have to happen in a Chiefs win for another player to win MVP that's not Patrick Mahomes? So they end up making the announcement, and they say Super Bowl MVP is Xavier Worthy. What would have to happen?
Oof.
Because I bring that up because, I mean, Brady didn't win. Brady doesn't have 7 MVP awards.
Yeah.
Julian Edelman has one.
I mean, Worthy would
Malcolm
have to
Butler
have...
obviously has one from the interception. What would have to happen for somebody else to win the award?
I mean, you said for Xavier Worthy in particular, so I'm just thinking like...
Anybody. I'm just throwing out a name.
I mean, we talked about like if Nick Bolton would have had those 2 scoop and scores, Super Bowl MVP. A game-changing play on defense could earn you that. Meaning, like, if Trent McDuffie, I don't think I was going to, but Trent McDuffie gets a pick six and they end up winning the game because of that one score, like that could be grounds for it.
This is what I would say. I think it has to be one of these two things. I think that Kelce can win it just because he's Travis Kelce.
Okay.
Like, if you're telling me
100 yards and...
Yeah, more than that. I think if Kelce has 6 for 125 and 2 touchdowns, I think he can win the award.
Yeah.
I think he can win it. I think he's different.
Against that defense?
Because I would say if Xavier Worthy does that, I think Mahomes wins it. I think that only Kelce can win it on offense. I think you're right that if you're on defense, you have to score.
Yeah.
I would say you have to score or force 2 turnovers in a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say this game is 21-13. I don't think it will be that, but let's say that it is. You score a defensive touchdown and you force another turnover, yeah, I would say that you win the MVP of the game. So, yeah, I just that would be my answer of what you have to do in order to win the award. I'm with you. I agree last year. I think that Nick Bolton, if they count that play, which I think that should be a touchdown, but I'm just weird when it comes to defensive rules. I think that play should be allowed to stand. That should be a defensive touchdown. I think that Nick Bolton would have won the award.
About Time said, not Mahomes, it would be Chris Jones doing wildness on his side. Outside of that, not happening.
Yeah, or I guess another thing would have to be is...
like 3 or 4 sacks.
I was going to say, you have to probably have at least 3 sacks.
So, Jalen Hurts is top 5 most sacked quarterback in the NFL.
Right, I kind of got to pee now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm about to... You know, I've had 2 beers.
No, do your thing. I can solo it.
I got to break the seal.
And then we'll watch the quick vids.
No! It's right here, right?
Yes, sir. Just right around the corner. So Jalen Hurts is a top 5 sacked quarterback in the NFL. And the Eagles pass 32nd in the NFL or something like that. And that's how often they run a pass play. That's insane. Meaning the Chiefs defense. Hurts got sacked 7 times in a playoff game this year. That was when he banged up his knee against the Rams. But the Chiefs defense could absolutely get home to Jalen Hurts multiple times in this game. So if you want to talk about how a defensive player could win MVP, that's how you do it. Chris Jones or somebody sacks Hurts 2, 3, 4 times. Maybe one of those is a strip sack. That O-line is really good, though, so it's not going to be easy. But yeah, Hurts is a top 5.
I'm back.
Hurts is a top 5 sacked quarterback in the NFL.
I wash my hands too. You know, that's always in question.
Everybody always asks, did you wash your hands?
I did. You can see the water. See, you can see it.
Okay, I think I got us wrong again. I think we got to go here.
We're almost at the end anyway.
How do I do this? Are we looking at each other?
I don't know.
No, we're looking opposite each other. So
I gotta do TV at 9. So I just don't want to be here till 12. Like
there we
before.
go. That's it. Because if I do this, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
One time I was here. It was forever. I was here.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
No,
Jack Hates Sports with a 3. He's a fun pick for MVP. How about Leo Chanel?
He better score 2 touchdowns.
He'd have to get like a
he'd have to score 2
like
touchdowns.
A sack or 2, an interception, a fumble recovery. He'd have to do like a bunch of stuff.
Honestly, there's probably only 8 players in this game that can win the award. It's maybe 8.
Yeah. There's not many.
Yeah, unless you're taking a super long shot and just something very, very random happens.
Harrison Butker? He'd have to make like 6 field goals.
I don't think Adam Vinatieri was ever MVP.
There's only been...
And he's made 2 game-winning ones before.
Yeah. We just did a short about that.
And you also got to think, if the Chiefs went on a game-winning field goal, it's because Mahomes put you in position to score. It's because Mahomes let it drive.
I'm just trying to think of random ones, but yeah, Butker would have to make like all 18 to 21 points.
Yeah.
Or whatever that math would be.
I'd be very surprised if the kicker won the award.
All right, you sent me something?
Yes. So, all right, every time I give you guys, random things that I'm watching. It's like a TikTok trend where people show like bloopers that happen in basketball. And they just put like a sound by it. I'm telling you, these things, they crack me up every time that I watch them. And I want you guys to see them, and hopefully you share the same enthusiasm that I have for these videos. That's what I hope. Maybe you don't, but that's what I hope. Just, pick 4, and then we'll see if people like them. And then if they don't like them, fine, we can just leave. Actually, no, pick that last one. Pick the one right there. The
this
guy with
white kid?
Pick that one, yeah. Pick that one.
All right. So
All right, here we go. These are 5. Oh,
how's that unavailable?
It's gone? All right, it's fine. Whatever.
How's that even happen? You just sent it.
I don't know.
How about this one instead?
Yeah, this is fine. These make me so happy. They really warm my spirit.
All right. So we're going to share the screen.
All right, you ready?
It's all just like random hip hop.
No, they're just, so what they are is they're high school basketball bloopers.
I'm just saying like the background music. Can I keep it muted?
No, I would just mute it. It's, some of the stuff is absolutely hilarious to me. It makes me laugh every time. I know the punchline is coming, and it's just funny to me. It's just every time it's funny. It makes me laugh. I hope that it makes you laugh and you get the same.
Wait, I didn't even see what happened. Okay, here we go.
Who's
he throwing
That's
to?
what I'm saying. It's just that every time it's funny.
All right, here we go. You ready?
All right, yeah, let's watch this one. Let's watch it.
And whoever is filming this is, oh no, nah.
Watch it again. Why?
The lady in the wheelchair.
What? Click on it.
The lady in the wheelchair.
Click on it.
Nah, that's insane. Dude, how does that guy sleep at night, bro? You can't let that lady make a
Play
shot.
It one more time. Play it one
You can't let that lady make a shot. Look at this.
He jumped to block it. He jumped to block it.
He handed it to her and everything, bro. She wasn't gonna make it. She wasn't gonna make it, dude. Look how short it was.
Shoot it. Blocking it is crazy. How can you block people's shot?
All right, this one.
You haven't seen that when he dunked.
Whoa. That was fire.
I thought this was a blooper. This is a great dunk, though. Oh, my God.
He, like, knocked that kid out, bro.
Yeah, you can't. I don't know if I can ever.
That was insane. I know.
You got to quit playing basketball. Oh, my goodness. You got to quit playing basketball at the end of that. You can't play anymore. Oh, wait. You watch this one.
This is how can they see a little bit better? I don't know if we could see this one better, guys.
Oh, yeah, no, it's all zoomed out. Why is there
Who
a
did he
bench
trip on?
Why is he setting up the bench in the middle of the court? Oh, my goodness.
What is happening?
Yeah, that's, oh, my goodness. That wasn't funny. I feel bad for the kid. Kid wasn't safe.
That's the best one, dude. Oh no. Look, bro, he had it. He was look at the wrist. He's got the wrist bent and everything.
He's got great form.
And then it hits his head.
Reaction? He's like,
then it hits his head.
It.
Oh, those are good, man.
I missed it.
Oh, go back. Look, he goes from flicking the wrist, slaps himself in the head with it. Those are good, dude. You just find those and like watching them.
It just, sometimes you just get like caught in a TikTok trend and you're just like, oh my God, these are so funny. These are so funny. Oh my goodness. I have probably 20 of those I could send to you. They're so good to me. Is that the last one?
Yeah. Well, you might have sent one more.
The one that didn't work is really funny. I wish we could have saw it. The one that
it said it was unavailable.
It might be one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it said it was unavailable.
You see where he shot it?
Where is he shooting?
Look at this one.
It bounced off the rafters.
He hit it off the roof. He shot it off the roof.
Bro, this would probably be something I would do if I tried to play basketball. I wouldn't be that bad. That's insane. I could play horse.
He shot it off the roof.
I could play horse, but I'm not bouncing it off the rafters.
No,
dog.
It's bad. That was what I wanted to show you. That's what I spend my time on TikTok watching.
You know,
high school bloopers. They're very amusing to me.
They don't do this anymore, but did you ever like the NFL, like they changed what the players were saying?
Oh, the bad lip reading.
Yeah, bad lip reading. Did you like those?
I did. They were okay. They were all right.
Like, dude, some of them, it like looked like what they were saying.
It was good. No, I agree with you.
Want to ride a blue lip panda?
They were
very, like, they just be saying like, they just be saying like the most random stuff.
Oh, hold on. This might be a good one.
Send that. KC Lion Squad with the 2. One kicker has won NFL MVP in 82, but none won Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, we did a YouTube short on that today. KC Lion. Yeah, we dropped it on my second channel, but that was the year where they like boycotted for better pay, and so it was only a 9-game season, and it was the Redskins at the time. They went 8-1, won the Super Bowl.
You're using racial slurs on your pod? That's crazy.
And in '82, I'm just calling them by the name. They're the Commanders now, but in '82 they were the Redskins, and they it was their kicker Mosley.
All right,
Does that sound right?
I'm gonna give you one more batch of these because they really warm my spirit. Nothing makes me happier right now than watching these videos. There's nothing.
Mark Mosley, he made 20 consecutive field goals, which set a new record, and it was a 95.2 field goal percentage, and he won MVP over Dan Fouts that year. The only kicker to ever win MVP, which is pretty crazy.
All right, this is our last batch.
Right,
and then I'm out of here.
Yes, sir.
This is it. We appreciate you guys.
Heck yeah. Okay.
Watching these with us.
You texted him?
Yeah, I sent them all to you.
All right. Which is the new one to start with?
The one.
This one here?
Yeah, that's the newest one right there.
I don't know why it's sending it to this side. All right. Give me while I load these up because there's only like 4.
Yeah, I didn't see that many.
Give me your final thoughts before we watch these, and then we'll final thoughts on anything Chiefs football.
New Orleans, if you get a chance to go down there, the food is amazing. I want you to go to this place. It's called Drago's. They are the ones that claim to have invented char-grilled oysters. I'm telling you, it's one of the 5 best meals I ever had in my life.
5 best?
I'm telling you, those oysters, they're life-changing. There's another place down there, if you're going down there, it's called Parkway Bakery. They are the people that claim to have invented the po' boy. I mean, they have like a museum. They're telling you the whole story of how they came up with it. I just saw that one. That one's funny.
I thought you were going, by the way.
I wanted to go, and I don't know what happened, but
it's a big financial commitment to go.
No, honestly, the biggest thing was where was I going to do the show on Monday?
Oh, okay.
That was like the biggest thing because just, obviously I got to do the show on Monday. But
yeah, big day.
Yeah, no.
For the show.
That was, yeah. So those are my 2. If you're going down to New Orleans, I'm going to give you 3 food suggestions. Drago's, Nola Po' Boys, and Parkway Bakery. Incredible.
There you go.
Incredible. Great meals down there. Incredible food.
All right, we got the last batch.
That one's good. This one's good. This is the best one. Right. Can we watch that one more time? This one's good. This is one of the best ones.
Is this one we've already seen?
Yeah, that's the one where the guy airballs the right in front of the rim.
Oh, yeah. This is excellent. That's so bad.
That one's good.
That's so bad. All right.
Have you seen this one yet?
No. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. He traveled 3 times.
He's working on. Look at it. He's getting ready. He's warming up. He's warming up.
He traveled like 3 times.
He's warming up. You ready for another one?
No. Oh, dude, if it would have went in, I think I would have lost it, dude. Off of the guy's head.
He did a little step back. Then he hit it off the ceiling.
Dude, if it would have bounced in.
He hit it off the ceiling.
Oh, that's bad. He knew it too. His reaction.
You can't call Ford and do this.
His mouth over.
He hit it off the top.
He put his hand over his mouth.
You can't hit it off the top corner. The top corner is crazy.
What? This isn't in a game.
Look how far the ball goes.
Is he trying to make it in the other goal? Bro, I don't know. I don't know how you. So my algorithm's just different. Because I ain't even getting no basketball ones.
I can watch those all day. They're so funny to me.
Did you play basketball growing up?
Yeah, I love basketball.
I suck at basketball.
Basketball's my favorite sport to watch.
I suck at basketball, man.
Football's my favorite sport to follow. Like, I enjoy the storylines. I enjoy the league in that way. But, like, if you're just like, hey, do you want to, like, go watch something? I'd much, much rather watch basketball. I love basketball. It's just fun.
I wish I could get into it. Somebody sent us a video. Have you seen this one?
No, I haven't seen it. Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
All right, we're going to watch live.
Yeah, great. I can't wait. This is great. I've never seen this before, so I love it.
What is this going to look like?
I don't know. Let's hit it. Let's see it.
Oh, well, it looks insane, but all right, here we go. It's Facebook, so nah.
Look at this.
Can he actually dunk?
No. What makes you think that guy can dunk?
So why would he try like that?
What makes you think he can dunk?
It gets better. Does it have sound?
I'm telling you, these are so funny to me.
That's an insane one.
The way he takes off.
Whoever just sent that one, KC Lion Squad, that was a great freaking one, dude.
The one that said
unavailable
is the funniest one. It's the funniest. Let me see if I can find it.
That one was so good, man. Oh, man.
Hold on, let me find it.
That was good. Now that one got me good. Said second place, good. Belly flop. Yeah, people are liking that one.
That one's hilarious.
That's how you know like some of the OGs are in here because we're watching basketball fails on the Chiefs channel here. Dude, that was a good one. Whew.
Oh my goodness, that one's so funny. It's good.
It reminds me of the classic video of the guy trying to do a wall jump and just face plants into a wall. I don't know if I've seen that one.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
So I do like watching fail videos. So we'll watch like if you've seen Daily Dose of Internet or Fail Army. I love watching like Ring doorbell fails. Like people falling up their steps or falling down their steps.
Fail Blog. That used to be like the big thing on the internet for a while. Fail Blog was funny. That
was before like Fail Army.
That kid that took off.
Did you find that one or you couldn't?
No, it was said video unavailable. God, I wish I could really find it.
I don't understand why. Darrell, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you. How about those chairs should be the name of these streams? How about those chairs?
Be good. How about those chairs is good.
Bro, people were making I can't find them now. They're buried. They're buried in my notifications, but man, somebody made a designed logo of How About Those Chairs and everything. It was pretty good.
I remember somebody did that. I remember. Golly, I wish I could find this video. I'm so mad it's gone.
Basketball fails. Yeah, stuck in the ice. That's unfortunate.
Those are I try to get.
It's gonna hit her in the head. Yeah. No.
Oh my goodness. I like when they're doing it in a game. That's
yeah, you like the game better.
Yeah. Oh my goodness,
dude, that's a tailbone.
Oh, I was about to hit him right in the face.
The old guy fell too. Somebody just sent me these. Nah.
Oh, look, his pants are falling down.
No, dude, don't let him do that. The kid's like, help me. He's saying help.
You know what I realized? I'm like,
that's messed up.
I'm like that kid from Big Daddy. I just like watching people get hurt. I know it just makes me laugh every time.
You like pain? Nah, lady, come on, man. Come on, dude. Thanks so much for joining for another one, man.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys having me. We'll do another one if they win.
If they win, we'll do another one. A celebratory rather. Dude, they're not doing a rally, which is unfortunate.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I really hate it.
We talked about why you thought they should do one, but yeah, so it sounds like they're going to do the parade, and if they win, then they go to Arrowhead for something.
Yeah, I don't like any. Could
you like do like free tickets or something, and people could still go?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Because that's what I feel like should happen.
Yeah, I think we'll get more information, obviously.
If they win.
Yeah, if they win, but I don't know. I'm not excited about it. I think it stinks.
I did say, lady, come on, man. I say man, dude, and bro like all the time, but I was like, lady, come on,
I can't get over that guy taking off with two hands from the... He really
that was a kid.
He really thought he was doing something. He really thought he was taking off. I'll send you more of those so you can see them. They're funny to me. I could watch basketball game bloopers all day. There's just, oh my goodness, maybe my favorite piece of content.
Chef Benito said, "Cole, you guys are hilarious. Dude just went for the dunk, hoping he can make up for being 5'7". Love the channel. Thank you. How about this? Jeez.
I don't know if he'd have dunked on an 8-foot rim. I really don't know if he would have made it on an 8-foot.
Dude, he just went rigor mortis.
Yeah, I have no clue if he would have made it.
Oh,
on
that's
8 foot.
insane. Well, guys, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. That's going to do it for today. That is a 2.5-hour live stream talking Chiefs, Eagles, basketball fails, Sirianni refs. Like we kind of talked a little bit of everything. Yeah. So, Carrington, appreciate you
for sure.
Being on.
If they win, we'll do another one, though. I promise. We'll do another one if they win.
Yeah, and if not, which they should win, but if not, we'll do the white wine or whatever.
So there will be 2 more times maximum, at least before the season starts. If they win, I will come on. And the day that the schedule comes out, we are doing a wine tasting on your. I cannot wait. It's going to be so good.
We're going to have to get I don't even know how to do that. We're going to have to get some good white wine.
I mean, I can take care of that. We'll get that figured out.
We'll get some good ones. We'll get a sponsor.
We'll get some wine tastings, and it'll be great. Exciting whites. It'll be exciting.
It's insane. Well, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for all the dono bombs, the memberships, the mods holding it down. Everybody also just hanging out, asking questions, and vibing. The next stream we do, unless there's breaking news, I will go live about it with injuries.
They got breaking news.
I don't think there's going to be anything breaking news. But the next stream will be Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
Streamer in the Super Bowl, man. So appreciate y'all. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.